what should we do? All the jokes have become the news. Take the black pill they're prescribing you. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. There is nothing to say, nothing you can do. The government and media just lie to you. Sit back and laugh, it's overdue. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. The host is a cripple, he can't stand gravity or the man. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. The show is the chat Johnny doesn't understand. We don't care what he has planned. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over.
Late start to the show. Flip it over. Here we go. I didn't fuck with my hair. I didn't do anything. I apologize. I did do show prep. We got the show prep. I had to run errands. I was out fucking hitting up the DMV. Nuclear Gaming getting late. Well, dude, I had to hit up the DMV. Took longer than I thought. Then I had to stop and see my therapist for a therapy session. That went about as expected. And then I had to get some stuff for tomorrow's oh-so-fun Go Fuck Me show that we start tomorrow. So I had to do a few things. I apologize for the 10-minute late start. I gave myself a 10-minute late start to be able to grab everything else. We have pretty much a fully prepped show. I don't know if we have a full third-hour prep. We might be light on a few of our more lighthearted stories to end the third hour. But we have the first, we're like one story short. So we have the first hour, the second hour prepped, all that stuff. Did you have physical therapy or was it a crying session with some Jewish shrink? I don't know that she's Jewish, if that answers your question. I don't think she's Jewish. It was not physical therapy. Physical therapy requires, this was something she was asking me about. Physical therapy requires paying a copay, and I have stopped going to physical therapy because I have, I don't want to have outstanding debts with the hospital. So we're kind of not doing that one. No, between everything going on in my life with stuff that happened last month and everything else, therapy's a thing for me right now. Not that it isn't regularly. Therapy's regularly a thing for me because I have multiple sclerosis. When you have a, what would you call it, progressively terminal condition, I mean, it's gonna kill me eventually. It's just not going to do it anytime soon. It might wait a really long time. But either way, that's usually for therapy. Why don't Americans use taxpayer money to fund basic health care for all? Because they have to give it all to the military is pretty much the short and sweet answer of that. Because if we didn't keep giving that money to the military, we probably could have a basic health care system. Everyone dock Johnny. He loves docking. I don't know why you said two he's. Hashtag take the cure. Freak597, that's a Lab Glass bit. You don't even push taking the cure. Speaking of Lab Glass bits, I haven't seen Lab Glass pop up yet, so we'll see him pop in a minute. Hey, Professor Tie-Dye, good to see you over there on Twitch. Happy Thirsty Thursday, says Wild Saffron. It's not a Thirsty Thursday, but while I picked myself up and Jay Warren, you'll love this, a pack of fruit mixed shots. All of the shots are fruit-based this time. So for for this month's Go Fuck Me show, we have a random fruit-based shot. So they're all fruity. I'll be a fruit. Anyways, so there you go. King Kong Dog. Johnny. Hi. Well, good to see you, buddy. Someone had to carry the lab torch. Well, I mean, someone had to carry the lab torch. Your fruit? No, not unless you are what you eat, but then I'll be an alcoholic fruit. So pretty much the general people that go to the gay 90s. But this is berry cherry limeade. It tastes kind of gross. It tastes like Gatorade mixed with alcohol, Which I don't know if anyone's ever thought about this, like using Gatorade for like mixers and shots and stuff. But don't, okay? Like flavor-wise, don't do it. Nobody is going to thank you. Absolutely no one. Fruit-based shots, hat-proof Johnny. I don't know what hat-proof means. But again, they're random shots, and they're all fruits. They're bananas, mangoes, black cherries, whatever. So it's all fruit-based this time. I don't have coffee. I don't have espresso. I get the mixer pack every time. This time I grabbed the fruit pack. It's Freak Night. Yay! I don't need to prove that the shots are what they are. I told you they are what they are, and you'll find the proof tomorrow when we have to take any of them. So if we take any of them, if you want to throw in to help support the show, we have, of course, pinned in all three chats: the YouTube, the Twitch. Dance with me, Tegra. Sorry, I was petting a cat. But yes, thank you very much, Labglass, jumping in with the chicken song and the 100 bits. If we're gonna start off with a fucking hoodly hoot already, that'd be interesting. I was gonna load this up because I haven't had Mia. Labglass now with that's the Al sticker. He and I are good, but I'm wondering if he's getting annoyed that I'm spending too much time here at the computer doing stuff. He just is.
And his name is John C.
I wasn't ready for that one, I'll be honest. That one was a surprise.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homie.
All right, so we have 4 minutes and 20 seconds, giggity, to launch a hype train. So I'm you know what? I'm gonna load this anyway because I don't think a hype train's gonna start. He said it.
Comes a train, a busy little train, rushing up and down on the daisy line.
I can't be right for even a split second. Like I just literally said, yeah, I don't think we're gonna actually be doing a hype train, and then they started one.
Here comes the train, and here comes driver Ted too. Wah-hey! Here it comes, here it comes, here comes the train today.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to.
Here comes the train.
Sorry, we'll be able to do a little toot toot. Whatever, we'll leave that there. Let's see what we're doing. Let's grab the dock. I haven't had any herb today, so this is actually kind of a nice thing. I've been literally, I was up, I was out, and I was heading around. I was at the DMV to get my my tabs renewed and my registration, all that jazz. And
Damn. Look at all the wieners.
well, there's only one right now, but that is a wiener. Undeniable. That is a wiener. Yeah, I have, I was at the DMV, and this old guy came in, and he's like, I'm ready to be served. I'm not a Trump, I'm white, German. I'm not a Trump supporter. And so I was like, I don't know why he had to scream it at the top of his lungs, but I didn't say anything. Nobody did. We were all very polite. We were not willing to rock the boat to make a scene. Or as Digger would call it, you were going along to get along. Like, I mean, the guy was making rather ridiculous statements and he was done. The Trump supporter thing, that I found funny. So he's like, I'm white, I'm German, I'm an American, I'm not a Trump fan. It's like, okay, you realize, like, was the white American part supposed to be making fun of or pointing out the fact that our human services building in DMV is just fucking littered with Somalians now? Like, look, man, like, you can have that argument, but if you want to, I don't know if you realize this or not, Trump has zero to do with that, and I'm not a Trump fan. I am not a Trump fan. I go back and forth on being a Trump supporter based on what he's doing, and let's just say, for the majority of what he's done, not a fan. Not a fan. So I don't understand. I gimmick up body armors all the time. If I don't want anyone to suspect I'm drinking, Gatorade probably don't have enough flavor. Well, that's interesting, Rusty Grammar. Safi, Big J, chat. Yeah, what's up, Rusty? Saying hello to everyone. Fruit drinks, ain't that for 16-year-old high school students? Beta. No. They're shots. They're 99% alcohol. They're 99 proof. They're shots. We do the random shots. It's the same 99 proof shots. It's just as opposed to the random party pack. This time, we went with the random fruit pack.
You want to see my packer?
Not really, but if they took... This hype train's going to get through level 1. Holy shit, fuck me. All right, so this is crazy. Just a reminder, everybody, have fun with the hype train. Enjoy the stickers. Fucking make me do stupid shit. Absolutely. But tomorrow is the big GoFundMe show. We're at $30 or $35 for our goal for tomorrow. And so we're just going to do a chill show, talk about stuff that's going on, what's up in your neck of the woods, all that fun shit, and then we'll call it a day at 4:30. It is a little weird to have to constantly stop for the ducks and the squeaking, but it's fun. Fruit drink, more like fruit cake. No. See, everybody's having way too much. It's the same shots we always do from the same maker that we get them from normally. It's just this time they're specifically the fruit pack. I gotta say, these buzz balls, like the container's interesting. Sadly, I think that's the selling point. Oh, that's a gross sound to hear right now. Somebody just fucking multi-shotting the fucking toilet. Scarlett Hampton likes the Ducks. Well, good for Scarlett Hampton. I don't think Scarlett Hampton pays attention to this show. We're a tiny little program. She's probably got more important things going on. Lab Glass Project's playing the door knocker. Thank you for the 25 bits. You could have got a fruitcake filled with alcohol and have the same experience. No, I have to take this St. Caesar. That's where, again, stupid idea. I have to take them as random shots when it shows up on the wheel, and then I don't have to. And then they can sit. See, that's the beauty of the random shots pack. I buy a random shots pack, and they can sit either until the next month when I do it again.
Damn. Look at all the wieners.
Are you trying to Geordie LaForge me with a wiener? There you go. Welcome to Dick Vision. All right, so yeah, no, the fruitcake would go bad. You got to find, and then there's alcohol in it, so I got to keep my daughter away from cake. Do you have any idea how hard it is to keep a kid away from a cake that's been cut into? As soon as the cake has been cut into, the kid assumes fair game, so they want themselves a piece of cake. So this whole thing is a horrible idea for somebody that's occasionally a parent. You know what I mean? Like, not a good call. Not a good call. The shots are better. They are harder to open. And let's just say, ain't no mistake you know what you're doing if you were to grab a bottle. So, yeah, I think we'll go with the shots. We should put a laxative in a random shot. That's a lot to ask, and why do you want me to do that? Like, the payoff for that won't be during the show. The payoff for that will be after. Like, and then you'll hear me saying, hey, later, like, you'll hear me saying, dude, I just fucking blew my ass out as soon as the show was over. I got into the bathroom and I sat down. King Kong Dong, they're making up for this morning. What about this morning? I'm sorry. I wasn't here this morning, so I don't know what happened. I got up and I had to just do a whole bunch of stuff. So you should go to the gay bar after the fruit shots, Johnny, and see how you feel. Two problems with that, St. Caesar. Once again, king of bad ideas. Dude, you want me to do shots and then drive? Because no offense, I ain't fucking hiring an Uber to go to the gay 90s. Do you know how far the Twin Cities are away from St. Cloud? I'm not going to travel that distance unless me or somebody I know is driving. And I don't think anybody wants to take me to a gay bar. And on top of that, Friday night, like, I hate to sound lame, but unless I was going to go do comedy or go perform or something, I really don't want to go out. I'd rather stay home and hang out with my kid and just have a good time. King Kong Dong, let's just say you made $1.60 this morning on tow. Well, that's nice. Glad to help. Johnny, just paying an Indian to beat you off. I don't think we have a lot of those around here. I don't think we can do it. You know what we will do? We'll do this controlled burn at the start of the show. Thank you so much for that support and that level 1 hype train. Tomorrow, the studio sponsor is up for grabs, and it is the cumulative $25 roll the wheel, spin the wheel, whatever you want to call it, deal tomorrow. So Digger will be joining us for that. She went out to get some shopping done, so she'll have the Marmite and stuff for tomorrow. And she apparently ended up doing karaoke and hurt her voice singing. I don't know how you hurt your voice singing, but either way, due to her straining her voice singing, she won't be doing a show today or being on ours. It's not my call. You got to give people sick leave. Look, I'd love to have her here too, but it's not a thing we can do. So yeah, no. So she's taking the time off, but she will be with us tomorrow. At least, God, I hope so, because I need somebody that's not getting completely schnockered and just wasted like I am to be able to help keep track of what's going on. wwkbid.com. What the fuck is this? Let's look at this. Sex store closing, memorabilia, dispensary closing, vintage finds. Oh, dispensary closing. Sex World is shutting down. What a shame. They're selling Sex World video booth vintage doors. I can buy a door. Why do I care about any of this? And why do I keep clicking on it? This is hilarious. Why? KBid online auctions. This is ridiculous. Are they selling the building? I need to find somewhere to live. I'll renovate. You know, I'm not one of those prudes who's like, oh my God, this used to be a sex store. Like, right, it used to be a sex store. Now it's an open air apartment, and I've got everything everywhere I need. We got rid of all the fucking cringy shit. Like, yeah, like the ghost of Jizz Past is going to be there. Store closing, memorabilia. Yeah, no, I'm not understanding why we linked this to the They're just trying to sell all their inventory. I don't need any of that. Digger can just use sign language. Well, for reading a book, that's a little difficult. I mean, with me, I figured she could have done the show with me, and she could have been here. Granted that I let her talk a lot, and she's a second mic, so it's like you should kind of help let me when the bits are going, like let the host go. But whatevs. Anyhow, but yeah, no, I figured she could have done the show today and just not talked as much, but that's apparently a bit much. She wants to rest the voice. That's fine. We're going to have a lot more fun tomorrow, so as long as it means you're doing tomorrow.
Cheer 100 Ghost of Jizz Past with 100 bits says.
Oh, shit.
Ghost _ Bulls Deep cheered 100 bits.
So the Ghost of Jizz Past said that the Ghost of Balls Deep cheered 100 bits. That's nice. I like that. I love that the chat is working again. I wish I could find out why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't want to make up its mind. It's not like I've done anything. Like, let's be clear. My level of laziness has kept me at the exact same point the whole time. So like a scientific experiment, I have become the stable point at which all other variables are tested against. I've become the base correlation. What the changing the thing with the stuff? Because I don't know. 1 minute it's talking to me, the next minute it's not. Do I got to worry about Star Trek computer jumping in on the rest of the show, or are we going to be good? I'll be honest, that chiller was nice. I'm feeling a good buzz now. That was nice. I got one more of those for myself for later. I'm going to use it tonight during raid. Don't tell my guild. They're going to hate me. They're going to hate me so bad. They're going to be asking the questions they haven't asked in a long time. Like, Promi, why are you running off to the wrong side of the arena? No reason, just drunk shit, can't tell where the fuck I'm going. Okay, so her top half being sore. Her feet are still available for stream. Brian, first of all, those are my feet for stream, not your feet. If they're anybody's feet other than hers, they're mine, all right? Don't stop sniffing around my bush. I'm going to put a ring on it so I can say, you know what this fucking means? And point to her finger. It means you're not your fucking feet pics. That's what it means. She can chat. Whilst the digger wild saffron? I'm not sure quite what you mean by that. But yes, she can chat. She can chat. She can be in the chats. She said she was gonna be in the chats. She's cleaning. She's not doing nothing. Like, she's not sitting at home doing nothing. From what I understand, she's taking the time, since she's not on stream today doing her reading and then going to be here, that she's going to clean up her apartment and everything else. She likes to clean once a week to get it ready for the Lord, which is weird, but at the same rate it's cleaning, so I'm not going to complain like, oh no, it's tidy. What do you want from me? So, you know, whatever. She's doing that, and I guess we're getting that done today so she won't have to do it tomorrow. Because me and her are both planning to get shit-faced tomorrow. We're hoping that there's going to be a lot of action, a lot of rolls, and we're going to have to do a lot of shots. I'm going to use a bigger bucket than normal in case the puking thing happens, but you know what it is. Johnny, did you know Canadian women are all freaks in the bed? I did not, but I'm looking forward to finding out. I got 50 bits for a sock half-on pick. That's a weird one. I don't want to sniff her bush. I want to sniff her feet. It's a bit lower. Again, like...
You want to see my pecker?
Just back off. Arf. Thank you for the See My Pecker thing and the 50 bits. We appreciate that. We do have news stories, by the way. Like, I'm not just fucking around. We've got things to get into, but I am kind of... Like, dude, that DMV guy is still bothering me. I know I should let this go. I wish I had said something. I'm a pussy. I should have said something. I should have said when he's like, I'm ready to be served. I'd be like, then take a number and wait in line like the rest of us, you fuck. And they're like, I'm white, German, I'm American, not a Trump fan. And then he muttered, I guess everybody else is, as he moseyed off. Like we were all supposed to stand up and applaud him for saying, I'm not a Trump fan. Like, dude, you're complaining about the non-white demographic of the Human Services DMV part of your county office building. No offense. I like hate Trump all you want, but dude, he didn't have anything to do with that. It was the guy before him and the people before that. Like largely Democratic people like Tim Walz. And the administration of the state that was here before Tim Walz. They're the ones you want to talk to about the fact that you stipulating you're a white American of German descent. And that's another thing. German descent as of when? So what you're saying is your dad betrayed the Nazis and sold some secrets to get you over the border? Fuck off. I'm white. I'm not Starmer. I'm not a Starmer fan. I'm Indian. So you're white and you're Indian. You gotta understand, man, bear, pig is 50% man, 50% bear, 50% pig. That's 350s. You don't. That's 150. That doesn't work. So that's where we're at, St. Caesar. Let's just fuck around Thursday. It's kind of gonna be like that. I do have, like I said, 3.5 hours of show content prepped. We've got stories we can get into, things we can talk about, but we're going to kind of fuck around with you guys in the chat, have fun with you guys in the chat. I would say I do paid links, but the only thing that I worry about with paid links is pissing off YouTube. And I'm currently under a strike for something from 2023. So I'm like, what the fuck? That's the part I hate. I hate getting struck for something I did 3 years ago. It's weird. It's weird. I probably the time on YouTube is now officially counting. Like we're gonna have to see where it is. The DMV don't give a fuck what ethnicity you are. They always look pissed off that you need to be at the DMV. I would have to say that is not the experience I had at the DMV today. The DMV experience I had today, every one of the window attendants seemed very, very happy to be there. The problem was there were way more windows than there were attendants. That's what I don't understand. Like, how are you not adding 1 or 2 people to these windows? Because this is getting ridiculous. I did not do the controlled burn. That's why I missed the Sunday smoke shows, says St. Caesar. The Sunday smoke shows ended because, doing stuff regularly on the weekend is difficult for me. I'm doing 5 streams a week and then 3 for the Steel Toe show, and then I join in on Diggers on Monday most of the time, and so it's a lot, and I'm kind of, by the end of the week, I'm burnt out. I've been doing the game stream with Jimmy's thing just because I love hanging out with Jimmy. Like, if you've never seen Awake Jimmy, go over to twitch.tv/Awake Jimmy. I think he's on YouTube. I hope he's on YouTube. But either way, Awake Jimmy is a gaming experience you don't get anywhere else. It's just so fun. If you've never done it, I'm sorry. If you've never watched it, I'm sorry. But it's great. So that's why I started doing that. And I got a thing about the Sunday game streams ending. I don't know if it was realistic or not. I'm going to have to look into that. So I think I'm going to be on a game stream this Sunday, possibly playing Super Golf. I don't know. Either way, eventually I might just start doing my own game streams with like dungeon keys and stuff in WoW. Things nobody's going to care about, so they'll have 0 viewers. Or just order duplicates for $12 for one vehicle and put them on all your plates. Fuck the state. Ooh. I didn't know you could do that. Weird. I didn't know you could even do that, Rusty Kramer. I say this. I had to do the registration in the tabs for the vehicle. So there was no chance to, like, we had to do it for the vehicle. So it's what it was. I wish I could have done that. Be nice. At Penn Melina is a treasure. What is a treasure? Penn Bishop. Melina is live trying to deny she was a whore for Jews. I don't know. Who's Melina? Meliana? Melania? Melania? Like Melania Trump? Who are we talking about? I'm not sure. Either way, I got that set up. Let's go grab the stories and stuff. That little bubbler fucking thing, that was nice. I'm going to tell you this. The flavor wasn't as great going down, but the aftertaste is good. And now when it's just floating, I feel like I'm on a nice little, like I'm on a little river raft and I'm just floating along. This is nice. This is nice. Mrs. Trump. Yeah, we talking about Melania, Mrs. Trump. Hey. Richard, I don't know if I'd call everybody that. Lab Glass, good to see you. You know what I am surprised? I'm surprised we haven't seen Digger in the chat. Because I love that woman like you'll never understand, but Jesus, she can't stay out of a chat. So I assume she would have been in by now. Hope she's doing okay. I'm looking forward to the Mortal Kombat 2 movie next month. I am as well. I'm looking forward to the Mortal Kombat 2 movie because there's only one really, really great Mortal Kombat movie currently, in my opinion, and that's the original Mortal Kombat movie. Mortal Kombat 2 sucked and it eats dick. It's horrible. I hate it. But Mortal Kombat 1, very, very good. The remake I am okay with. It's done well. I like the actors in it, but I'm tentative because the remake is a setup for like a trilogy of movies. Like, okay, cool. And we can do that. But y'all are going to have to get it right. Like the first one got the Sub-Zero Scorpion fight right. That I think we can all agree is 99% of what the movie was about was the fucking showdown of Sub-Zero and Scorpion. And so we got that. And now we're going to get that with Noob Saibot. So we got a lot of good stuff. I'm really happy for it. We're going to bring Shao Kahn into it finally. Excited. We haven't really learned how, like the only problem I have with the remake movie is the idea that the Elder Gods just sat back and did nothing while the rules were blatantly violated. So just it's portraying a different view of the Elder Gods. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. Since get over, I'm excited. And obviously, of course, they're gonna have the same actor back for Scorpion. They're bringing Scorpion back. It'll be a very, very fun. Scorpion versus Noob Saibot was a thing the movies never got to. So that's new ground. And it's interesting. Lambert or get the fuck out. Look, Christopher Lambert as Raiden is the worst casting job ever. He does a great job as Raiden, but just the idea of, all right, so we're going to take the Chinese god of thunder and lightning and we're going to make him Eastern European. Like it's a bit much. Maybe the Elder Gods are in another universe. No. The Elder Gods, like literally in the first remake movie that came out recently, the most recent Mortal Kombat movie, Shang Tsung even says that he's like break the laws. He's like, who cares what the Elder Gods think? They'll never do anything. Like I don't think they're in a different universe. I just think they kind of just don't really give a shit. It's a weird way to be. Like I said, it paints an interesting picture. And then on top of that, nothing about the rules being broken really mattered. Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. Yeah, I'm excited to see Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. Watched the first 2 episodes of The Boys Season 5. Let me tell you that. I watched those last night. I'm very excited to see where The Boys goes this season. But it's just not as good. I hope Johnny Cage dies at the end. I don't know if they're gonna go with the love story with Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. Then there's a lot we got to establish. I don't think they're killing him off this movie, especially since, no offense, but like of all of the actors, and the cast is great, Karl Urban's like the biggest Hollywood name, so you can't really kill him off. Who else do you have for a name on the billing to really sucker them in? Because keep in mind, the character that was the focal point of the first movie, that character's still in the movie. He's no longer the main character, from what I understand. Johnny is expect you get this lava jizz. Oh yeah, no, lava jizz. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's fucking mountain. He's fucking watching fucking mountain porn. He fires a big steamy load. Lava jizz. Look. Lava jizz and several other moments about the boys are why I'm like, you know what? I do want to watch this to its completion and see where it goes. I'll say this. Lava jizz, and here's one for you, King Kong Dong, without dropping too many spoilers for people. Lava jizz and telepathic tumor. Those two, fucking phenomenal. I couldn't believe it. I gotta watch more of the boys. I can't wait till I hate that they only released 2 episodes. You gotta give us more. We can't just last on that. Johnny is spiritually black. I doubt that. I very much doubt that. I am not that cool. Let's go grab some videos. I still haven't done that fucking burn. Jesus. All right, let's see if we can find. We got videos and stuff in the first hour. Let's see if we can grab one of those. Oh, this is a funny video. A police officer apparently was trying to restrain a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. The officer is seen trying to tackle the bicyclist before trying to pepper spray him. The man was ultimately able to get away on his bike. So let's see how that shakes out moment by moment. Oh, 42 seconds. This is a good long clip for doing for... oh, wrong button. This is a good long clip for doing for our burn segment. So here we go. Thank you for that hype train on level 1. I really appreciate that. Our GoFunding show is tomorrow, so anything we get today is just fucking phenomenal. Thank you. And we're down to 35 on our goals because we had 5 from yesterday. Anyway, so thank you very, very much. Control burden coming in for you guys. Thank you. Here we go. Cincinnati, Ohio police officers. What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys. Oh, no audio? Lame. All right, there you go. Take him to the ground. Oh, wait. You're not the bite. Oh, damn. You're the cop. Yeah, no, you're supposed to be on top. Up, up. Oh, at least he didn't get the... Yep, don't trip over the bike. That's why you got to void your lungs before you hit. Of all the places for the Benny Hill theme, I can't believe this shit. Holy Jesus, go back. Go back. So at this point, the officer's winded. The meth head is running. He's got the advantage because he's been taking pharmaceuticals that are going to keep him going for another 2 days. He picks up his bike. He hops on it. Starts scootering himself off and then just starts pedaling, and he gives up. He's like, yeah, I know. It's not going to happen. It's not. Cincinnati, Ohio, where the cops aren't ready to run. A cop looks like he's out of cardio. Yeah, I mean... And is it just me, or does the cop kind of look like Keegan-Michael Key? Is it just me, or does the cop kind of look like Keegan-Michael Key? When you see this looks like a Key and Peele skit. And he almost looks like Keegan. Maybe it's the bald head. Obviously, it's not the skin color, but it's bald head. He kind of looks like Keegan-Michael Key. He looks also like he's really, really old. How old is this police officer? Because I got to admit, Grandpa that was at the DMV looked a lot like this, too. He's already, after they get off the ground, he's slow. He's kind of limping a bit. I think Grandpa hurt himself on that tussle on the ground. And no offense, dude, as the cop, you should not be abandoning the bike. You know what his aim is. He's on the bike, and now he's running. But he sees that there's a car coming by. This'll be his friend. Runs back and forth. Now he's running off of that way. Yeah, and again, I've gotta love the car that nearly hits the guy. Because there's a cop right there. You nearly fucking hit somebody. I mean, yeah, did he run into the street? A little bit. He crossed over. You should have stopped at this point. If you're coming down this side of the street and this guy's right here, you should have stopped right then and there. Because clearly something's going on. But again, even if you don't want to stop, even if you want to tiddlywink this motherfucker, there's a cop right there. Should have took the Floyd approach. Why? This approach worked really, really well. Why take the Floyd approach? If he took the Floyd approach, he'd probably be arrested. The approach of resisting arrest actually worked really well, thanks to innocent Samaritan number 1 here. Him picking up his bike. So you drove around the bicycle. Again, how important is where you need to be? That you drove around the bicycle and you provided this guard. But once this happens, he knows. It's over. Game over, man. Game over. He's going to run for it. He's going to, limp for it. Like, dude, did you hurt your hip or something? What's with the huffle shuffle? This is horrible. But there's nothing you can do. He's pedal power. He's gone. And he's heading downhill. You're blown like a man who paid for it. It's over. It's over. It's done. It's over. Would have been better if the cop just says, F it, guns him down. Wow. Look, I'm not rooting for him to gun him down, but I'll admit, if he pulled out a taser and just tased that dude on the bike, like if this dude, wrong button. There we go. If this dude was, where was it? About here? Nope. It was about here. And there. Yeah. If as soon as he grabbed the bike, if he grabbed his taser and just zapped him, and we watched him just, again, stanky leg it and just on top of his bike, just that would be hilarious. But again, he's not gonna, because I don't know why. And then he's gonna watch this dude pedal away. Once the kid's up and moving on the pedals, it's over. It's over. And like I said, downhill, he's got momentum in his favor. Yeah, you're done. You're done. Pack it up, son. You're done. So there was that. Yeah, that was out of, again, Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio. Suspects still at large, from what I know from this story. Although I'll admit there isn't a lot of information about it. The officer was trying to tackle the bicyclist who, before trying to pepper spray him, the man was ultimately able to get his bike and ride away. It's unclear at the moment what exactly led up to the incident. Well, I don't know what led up to the incident, but I'll tell you what could finish the incident. Benny Hill themes. That'll get it done real quick. That'll take care of you. We're going till 3:30, so we've got another 2 hours 45 for you guys. We can call the cigar/bathhouse. What the? Whoa. Cigar bathhouses. Let's check up with the Rumble chat since it's not on the screen. It's harder to keep up with, which is becoming our bigger channel of the three. The DMV is gay. Don't pull you over for expired tabs. Well, I really don't want to take that risk. I'd rather just pay my thing. It wasn't super expensive. I don't know that either. Been doing it for like 6-7 years, LOL. No issues so this far. Not sure if it shows up on the cops' computers or whatever. It's got the current year on it. There are weird watermarks and like digital things in it. Maybe they can. If they say anything, blame the DMV. Hey, King Kong Dong. Rusty Grammar. Only problem is if you go to sell the vehicle, the purchaser of the vehicle might be liable to pay the backdated years of non-renewal because it's based off of the VIN. Yeah, and I don't want to be a dick. Like I said, it wasn't a horrible thing. I honestly thought I was going to pay way more than I paid, to the point where I double checked with the lady at the counter. I'm like, that's it? That's everything? All right. It would have been better if the cop just says F it and go, yep. It's the officer 2 days away from retirement. I'm too old for this shit, Riggs. Chasing down bicyclists. That was the weirdest thing. Murtaugh was kind of the Bibi Netanyahu of Lethal Weapon, where he was always too old for this shit, always so close to retirement, but he kept staying in. He never retired. Anyways. Strange. All right, so there we go. At least I don't know what we're talking about. All right, so we've got, like I said, we've got all of our stories to go through and stuff. We're running, and dear Lord, that's insane. Holy shit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play that. All right, we've got our videos and things that we're going through. We're going to hang out with you guys until 4:30, and then we'll be back, of course, tomorrow. Illinois plate stickers have the license plate number printed on them. Well, yeah, the license plate number is printed on the license plate, but renewing the tabs, the discussion in Rumble that's going on right now, Brian, is the renewing of the tabs. If you bought duplicate tabs and put those on a separate vehicle, so that vehicle's registration and tabs were not renewed, but it appeared as such after the sale of said second vehicle, is there a chance that the person driving that vehicle is liable for the renewal and the tabs out of date? Like, those are the questions we're asking. So, but yeah, ours are the same. They have the number printed. They used to be like fucking indented in. I miss old, like, I'll say this, I miss old school, I guess we could technically call them prison yard fucking press license plates. I don't like digital sticker printed onto a plate license plates. I hate those. And now I have them. I hate them. I miss the old, like, indented, it's fucking stamped into the plate. I'm talking about the tab itself. Okay, so then I'm confused. Oh, you're saying the tab itself has the license plate number printed on them, so you couldn't double up the sticker because the sticker would conflict with the license plate it's on. I think I understand what you're saying now. Has the date and plate number. Yeah, all right, I'm good. I'm smelling what you're selling. Now I get you. So yeah, that wouldn't work, obviously. We don't do that here in Minnesota. There's a weird holographic sticker that we have. Like, I can tell there's like some sort of hologram. Like, you'd be able to tell if the sticker was authentic or not. There's a weird, like, hologram watermark. It's probably a fucking loon. But yeah, that's on ours. So, but the license plate, none of that. No. There is barcodes on it, and they register the stickers to the vehicle, so maybe they could trace it if they really looked into it, but you'd have to scan the sticker and the little barcode that's hidden in it. It's part of that watermark deal. So yeah. I don't know. I'll say this. At the point to where I'm at, where the stickers are the correct year, I'm like, who fucking checks? But either way, the stickers are the correct year, the vehicle's registration and tabs, all up to date. I'm happy as a clam. I am happy as a clam. I don't feel nervous about going out because it's all up to date. It's all good. I didn't like one of the boys' new ability. Except oi, 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 cunt. Cunt was funny. There was a pseudonym that he used, or whatever false name that he used, that was like something be a cunt. And it was interesting. Johnny has a clown car. No, I have a real car. I have a big car. I have a big boy car with big boy wheels. No, I got a real vehicle. Here's what I am finding weird. There are too many Ford Flexes out there. Why did they stop making them? Why did Ford stop making the Flex? It is fucking popular. I mean, I see nothing from sea to shining sea about flex. A lot of people like them. It's a minivan that looks like a fucking SUV. It's got a little more power than a minivan. You wouldn't feel bad towing a trailer with it. It looks like a real manly vehicle, but it's not like super duper off-road package, all that stuff. It's a very fucking grocery getter car, but it doesn't look like it. And I have the mid-level one. Like, if you get the super duper upper level one with like sunroofs and shit, then that's crazy. I don't know. They started putting the plate numbers on the sticker, and they also pre-cut them so they tear if you try to remove them. Oh, that's a dirty Toastmaster. They don't do that much work in my state. I mean, you could try to remove the... Here's what they do in my state. They make damn sure they're sticky enough that once they're adhered to the license plate, you ain't getting that son of a bitch off. I've had license plates where I had to peel them off because there's so many of those stickers on there, they're starting to poke out too much. And I'm like, nope, we got to get that off of there. But yeah, they stick. They don't really leave. So I don't think ours are pre-cut, but that if they were, that'd be interesting. Because old people bought them and they all died off. I don't know what Wild Saffron's talking about. They started. All right, we caught that up, and we're good. All right, so we've got some more stories for our first hour to go through. Of course, we're going till 4:30, so we have 2.5 hours left in this here program for you fine folks. Sorry again for the late start. Just everything got caught up. We have surveillance video that's showing the moment a group of kids narrowly escaped a fiery motorcycle crash in Texas. The 4 children are seen running as a sliding, flaming motorcycle heads right towards them. The driver caught fire after being flung into the flames. What? And all of these people survived? Let's see what we can find out about this. A motorcycle crash near San Antonio was caught on surveillance video. The video shows the motorcycle entering the frame rapidly, with the driver not far behind, heading towards the intersection of Oakwood Crest and Wood Fox in Bexar County. A group of 4 children are seen on the sidewalk running away from the sliding motorcycle heading towards them. All right, so none of the children seen in the video were hurt in the incident. That's good. Neighbors said crashes are not new for the neighborhood. They want speed bumps and a 4-way stop employed to help slow down drivers in the area. Well, it sounds like they may have an issue. Let's head over to this here beautiful accident footage. And 1, 2, go.
Video captures the moment 4 children near San Antonio escaped after this crashing motorcycle narrowly missed them before exploding in flames. The rider had lost control. The bike, then on its side, speeding towards the sidewalk where the children were walking. The rider sliding along the road just behind it. The bike hits a pole and explodes, the flaming debris raining down, but narrowly missing the kids. The rider, engulfed in flames, runs away, trying to put out the fire.
The fire ended. He was engulfed in flames, but it was all burnt off. Whatever he was wearing was flame retardant enough. It all burnt off.
Short of a miracle that there was not a single child that was hurt.
Robert Perez's security camera.
That's pretty miraculous. I'll go with you on that. That's pretty miraculous that none of these 4 innocent bystanders were hurt. There's your blessing of the day. None of these 4 bystanders were hurt, because this thing is beelining for that pole like it's cock hungry. And as you see, once it gets there,
reviewed the footage, he couldn't believe.
Like it's weird. The flames are actually reaching backward, like as if they're being pushed. That is pretty miraculous that none of that went forward and hit them.
The children were not injured.
I did not expect to see
lucky poles as Freak Night
in the air with children standing there. And so as I kind of got closer to the time that it was happening,
I mean, it looks very scary, but I will say this: that fuel tank is just throwing gasoline out and it's on fire. It's burning the fumes. That means that the flame's that big. There isn't a lot of liquid. It's a lot of fume. So yeah, it's going to be big and bright in the beginning, but it's going to die really quick. Anyone told Johnny about his bonus today? Yeah, I heard something about $1.60.
Watching the kids walk closer.
I made
and
$1.
closer, and to me, I said, "Oh no! Don't tell me those children were still there when it happened."
The rider suffered second-degree burns. Locals say crashes are common there. They want speed bumps and four-way stop signs installed to slow down traffic.
You don't have to drive that fast.
This is
and
why
if
we
there are
need
people
curbs.
in the neighborhood.
Dude, why we need curbs? This is why we need speed bumps, apparently. A bike is a very dangerous thing to go excessive on your speed because, again, you lose control of the motorcycle and you could become separated from it very easily, as we saw right there. Now it's just 350 pounds of inertia waiting to do damage.
Just slow down and take it easy a bit because there are children that play.
Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
How many of those kids shit themselves? How many of those 4 kids just saw that coming and went, "Whoa!" They couldn't. No, stop. I don't want you to tell me anything. I don't want to watch your ad. I was doing the story about the motorcycle crash. This is why we need curbs. Yeah. It's pretty important. Hey, there's our girl. This is why we need curbs. I don't think curbs are really what saved them. I think there was more to it than that, because even the curb, once that bike tiddlywinked, they are so lucky. Your Scouse Ghost wanted you to make money as well, but the chat wouldn't help you out. They all loved Oz. Who cares? I don't really. I don't know what we're talking about. It's weird. I don't see you in the show a lot, so I think you're just here for this. I don't really care. That's you do you, homie. And why isn't that on live chat? It reminds me of the song "War of the Superbikes" by Meatman. I don't think I've ever heard "War of the Superbikes." Hey, Wild Saffron loves you. So here you go, Saffy. One more peekaboo tag for you. There you go, peekaboo tag. She's a little kitty. Hey, kids, still think GTA is fun? No, dude, GTA is totally fun. It just teaches them the way wrong lessons. But hey, and none of those kids were hurt. They'll still think GTA is awesome. They'll actually, you know what? Still think GTA is fun. No, not as much, not compared to that fucking fireball. Why don't we get explosions like that in GTA? That's probably what they'll say to it. They'll be more interested in the fireball. Lab glass. Yeah, Eric, we don't care. Yeah, someone said something about $1, and I honestly could give a shit. Like, cool, I get extra money? Cool. Is it a significant amount? No? Then I don't really care. That's the kind of thing. Ban who I need to warm up my badge. No, there's no reason to ban. Well, fuck off then. I get you. Okay. See you later. I don't know why, like, you asked a question. We answered it. Hello, Johnny. I said hello to you. Anyone told him about the bonus day? I was like, no. It's like, we don't really care. It's not really a thing. Hence why we don't do it. You know why? Because it's plausible, but it hasn't happened. When there's money in my bank account, I'll care about it, but I got a bonus today. Woo. I don't really understand, Tag. More important things than life. You know what to do. You ban them. Why? He wants to come in and hang out for 5 minutes. I'll let him come in and hang out. Oh, this is the War of the Superbikes. We'll give this War of the Superbikes song a listen quick. Will I get in trouble? It's 14 years old.
When the dust cleared up on Neville's backbone, they thought it would be just another clandestine late-night road rally, but it...
All right, I can get what this is. I don't know. Should be fine. I don't know if I want to play the whole thing. It's interesting. They have a really long ramp up, don't they? Yep.
Hockey gladiators suited up for a war South style.
Yeah, it's hard to hear the lyrics. I'm guessing if I understood the whole song, I'd know more about what you're saying. I heard you're leaving Steel Toe. Hope that's not true. It's news to me. Am I? Really? Nobody's told me about it. That's a strike, says Zim. I really don't want it to be. But YouTube is weird that way. They have no understanding of transformative content, of breaking constantly to do your own part to it, of it not being one cohesive thing. So my guess is it's entirely not true. I come into frame rapidly. Let's catch up with the chat. There we go. All right, so we're all caught up with that. Let's get on to the next thing. We have the Backstreet Boys. I have this clip of a person who was speaking to Dave Ramsey, the guy who gives people financial advice, how to do better with their finances, what to do when they're in debt. And so one very huge Backstreet Boys fan called into Dave Ramsey's show and asked what he thought about her buying tickets.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Fuck
Is
off.
there ever a time in Baby Step 2 that it would be appropriate to cash flow like a life event or a once-in-a-lifetime experience?
Ooh. What would that be?
So it would be to go see several good childhood friends of mine in Las Vegas named Kevin, Nick, Howie, AJ, and Brian at the Sphere in August.
The Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
Their childhood friends.
She wants to know if it's okay when trying to get out of debt, trying to budget for finances, if you can budget a little bit for a Backstreet Boys concert. Ew, don't come in the frame, says Freak597. T. Jefferson. Yeah, Aaron wants to decide to go a different way. And honestly, if he wants to go a different direction or whatever, but here's how I always treat Steel Toe news. I don't believe a single fucking word I've had until I've heard it from him, and I'm not gonna break what I'm doing to go check. So should be fine. Oz keeps making over $100 extra almost every week. Scousko said, "How about Johnny get a bit of extra money too?" And basically, yeah, I don't. You want to make drama. You don't want me to know. You want to make drama, and I don't care. Anyways, moving on. No, please. LOL. I am new boot goofing. Oh.
Shoot. I'm so glad you called on this day, Rachel. If there's any hope.
You know Rachel's been twice.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
And it's so good. Oh my gosh.
So now they really, so I don't know how long this is going to go. I don't think I want to play the whole thing with that. So she was on the show talking about wanting to go to the Backstreet Boys. And as a result of it, she called into the show to say she wanted to go to the Backstreet Boys. And I think this is the Backstreet Boys. Kevin from the Backstreet Boys called the show to tell them.
And I would like to invite you and a guest to come see us in Las Vegas. And we'll pick up the tab. And Dave, I'm a new fan now. And Rachel here, I'm a new fan as well.
So a couple weeks ago, Rachel and I were on the air, and a lady called us with a devastating...
So yeah, she's getting free tickets. She's getting free tickets to a Backstreet Boys show because she called into Dave Ramsey asking if she can budget her finances to do it. So tell me why, St. Aaron. Well, because she called the show. She called the show. That's why. That's why. We don't have exotic meats or futons, King Kong Dong. I don't do the. I mean, the no toe talk here. I don't like doing drama, so I'm not gonna fill drama. But like, we don't have futons or exotic meats, so mixed message, sir. Mixed message. Get free tickets. I hope it's a lie. And she sells them on eBay. Oh, dude, it's not a lie. She called Dave Ramsey to talk to him about the funding and whether or not she should budget for this if it's applicable. She wasn't expecting to get tickets. She wasn't expecting the Backstreet Boys to happen to be listening and watching, finding out about this, and then calling into Dave Ramsey, be like, we're gonna pick up tickets and the tab for her and a friend. Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, Trucker 18 Wheeler. Good to see you. She's also a big fan of Johnny's Exotic Meats. Well, that's weird because there is no actual Johnny's Exotic Meats. There isn't an actual Johnny's Exotic Meats. I can't help you. I like Caleb Hammer better than Dave Ramsey. I don't know who Caleb Hammer is. This is a barefoot stoner chat. That's fair. Where's speaking of stoners, where's Digger? Would have thought she would have been up on some of these chats. I've been keeping an eye on the Rumble chat to see, because that's her favorite platform. I expected to see her jump in at some point. We have a couple stories about Canada and stuff prepped in for the show today, so we've got all that. It's secretly IRS gonna bounce on her. No, it was a video call from I think Kevin of the Backstreet Boys. I'll be honest, I don't know the Backstreet Boys by heart. Spoiler alert. I don't know the Backstreet Boys by heart. Send her some meat. Sorry, fam. No Johnny's Exotic Meats here. Yeah, there's no Johnny's Exotic Meats. Why would you think that's a thing? That's not even really a thing. You guys keep pushing it. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It was a bit you made up. They had one hit song in Deadpool. I wasn't bye-bye. You know what? I don't even think it was one hit song in Deadpool. One of their songs was featured. I don't care. Digger was going to clean her room, but then she got high. Well, that's kind of what I'm wondering, because she said she said her voice was a little thrown, so she was going to work on cleaning and listening to the show while she cleaned, and she didn't bother jumping in the chat. Usually when she does that, she jumps first into the chat to say hi, and then she goes into lurk mode. So if she's lurking right now, it's interesting. I don't know. Kevin wants to smash. Dude, I don't know. Maybe he does. But I'll tell you like this. If he wants to, he's gonna. Because apparently even Ramsey's co-host chick was over there getting hot in her seat for the five of them. So she said it was a great time and she had a lot of fun. You could tell she was ready to give it up. So yeah, I don't think it's Johnny's domestic meat market. No, it was never ever a thing. Like there's no meat market. Like it's not like the name's changing, T. Jefferson. There's no thing. Bye 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 is in sync. Yeah, Bye 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 is in sync. So that's the only one I remember from Deadpool. I don't remember a Backstreet Boys tune. That's Five Guys, all right, says St. Caesar. Okay. Oh, Lab Glass is pissed. He says, for fuck's sake, saying they had multiple #1 songs. You absolutely fucktard. Red Scooper, there are no Death Claw steaks. It's not a thing. We don't have a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Why would it be a thing? So it's domestic now. Okay. No, it's not. There's no meat market. Like, again, like it's almost irritating. Like I don't know how often and how regularly I have to specify. There's no meat market. I'm not into boy bands. Yeah, but you didn't have to say what you said in your comment section a minute ago. Ooh, actually Digger is quitting to go to MLC instead of your show for 3 times the pay. I saw it on Reddit, bro. It has to be true. You know what? If she wants to go do that, more power to her. That's all well and good. I don't even like Backstreet Boys, but sometimes you have to put a tard in its place. Oh, I don't know. I don't hate Backstreet Boys. I think they did do a Backstreet's Back song in there. I don't know. But when I think songs in Deadpool, I think the bye, bye, bye part. Because Deadpool and Wolverine, he does bye, bye, bye as the dance in the intro. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one you're talking about. Okay, so now we've got another video of people doing... We tried to keep it lighthearted. It's getting towards the end of the week, and obviously we'll be doing tomorrow's show with the big funding stuff. They don't allow diggers on MLC. That is it's a weird bylaw I've never heard before. You sold those exotic meats at the golf tournament. There's pictures of them. Yeah. But I did that as a bit. Like I said, it's not a real thing. There's no actual meat market. We didn't even sell a lot of the meats at the golf tournament. We only sold a few. There's no actual meat market. Keep trying to tell people it's not a real thing. It's not a real thing. I don't even slap him good. Yeah, you've offended Saint Caesar. You've offended several people with your completely tone deaf take on the Backstreet Boys catalog. So you're going to have to own up to that. Wasn't a bit, says King Kong Dong. What do you mean it wasn't a bit? It was totally a bit. It was a bit where for a bit I had some... Nope. I wanted my meat after I got done golfing, but Johnny was nowhere to be found. I was on the first hole. You got to hit me up first. I'm not going to sit outside and melt in my wheelchair. I rolled on up to the car, like... Then we called it a day. I was already tired from the night before. I don't know if people know this. This stuff wears on me more because, like, I just can't bounce back like I used to. It's a pain in the ass. Johnny sent me his meat. Okay. I mean, didn't you pay for it, though? Like, I could have swore you did something. And I got you a hat and meat, and I sent those to you. We agreed upon. You know what? I'm going to assume it was a transactional exchange. That has to be it. I wouldn't just... I'm not that kind of nice guy that'll just mail somebody some meat and a hat. Oh, boy, that happened fast. So, in the wide world of what the fuck people, we have our next clip. Heat is freaking evil to MS. Yeah, which makes the anniversary shows a bit of a love-hate for me, because on the one part, I love hanging out with everybody. I love getting out and getting to do that stuff. I had a great time at the last anniversary show, but on the other hand, August weather hates me in Minnesota. So I didn't sell any of those meats. We had only one meat, and it was definitely not something antelope meat. So that's the meat we had at the tournament. It was a once-off. Even I know the Backstreet Boys are gay music, but I know who Justin Timberlake is. He was on SNL a few times and just got a DUI. Yeah, but Justin Timberlake isn't in the Backstreet Boys. Justin Timberlake is in NSYNC. And just saying that and proving that I know it really makes people question my straight card. Not now, suspected spam caller. We're busy. You can call back later. Johnny gave me his meat for money. See, you say it like that, it sounds bad. I don't know that I need those rumors getting out either. Now, all of a sudden, every time I'm in a public stall, someone's drilling in a glory hole. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. But yes, I'm pretty sure I sent you the meat and the hat. So, moving off of meat, moving off of meat, we have this story, and I still let's minimize it quick. Where is this out of? Uptown Charlotte. Uptown Charlotte. So two guys are riding horses. I'm going to say not what I initially picture when I hear two dudes riding horses. One guy thought we could I don't know, do some sort of weird dance and stand on the saddle? And now you're going to lose the horse? Oh, I hope it wasn't a rental. Everybody screaming and all the bright lights and shit are really going to help. Yeah, keep screaming at the top of your lungs, bitches. That's totally helping. No, you can run as fast as a horse. That's why you ride him, because you guys move at the exact same speed. No, he's going to outpace you. Whoa. I'm going to file that under did not expect it. Do we get more about... The horse is reportedly okay. The horse is okay. How's the car? How's the car? Panna Bishop, that didn't end well. No, it did not. No, it did not for the horse. I feel bad just having watched that. And again, because you wanted to show off like a douche canoe. That poor... I'm glad the horse is supposedly okay, but damn, dude. Damn. Oh. Nope, I'm done listening. Everyone is a bully. I can't handle the internet. Fuck everyone. Who are we talking about? The car got put down? The car is probably put down. I bet you the car got bought out on insurance. So the car got put down. That car's crushed. What about the choreography? Toastmaster. What? Why do I keep finding hair on my microphone? I don't know. What about the choreography, Toastmaster? Toastmaster's comment. Knowing pop culture doesn't make you gay. Knowing all the lyrics might, though. I don't know that I know all the lyrics. I don't know the choreography. That much is certain. So T. Jefferson, I'd say the choreography definitely would make you gay. If you've got the choreography down, you're pretty sure you're gay. Pretty sure you're gay. 1 horsepower versus 100 horsepower. Yeah, the car had more actual horsepower. Hence why the horse went over the car like a tumbleweed. But that's a big, heavy animal. I have a feeling like there was some very serious damage to the hood, roof, and possibly back end of that car that horse cartwheeled over. We actually have more on the story. The animal was struck on North College Street shortly before midnight on Friday. When officers arrived, suspect Desmond Taylor Moore and Devin Tyler Moore, both 27, allegedly became very irate and started screaming and cussing in the street, allegedly threatened to assault another person, grab officers' arms. Why are we reading about a fight? There's a city ordinance against riding horses in a reckless manner, such as this, the man who was doing tricks on the horse. Oh, so that's why the cops wanted to arrest him. You can't get a DUI on a horse in North Carolina. I mean, fair enough. But when it convinces you to do that stupid shit. So they got drunk, did stupid stuff, and got a horse into an accident. Great. Passing the tissues and Xanax. Why? Even though you're wrong, you're still pretty. Bad news, even the ducks are plotting against you. If only he'd smile more, maybe wearing something cute. I don't know who we're talking about. Who are we talking about? Me? I smile a lot. I laugh during this show all the time. We have 2 hours left in the program, so we're hanging out for another 2 hours with you guys. And we've got a couple of things to go through. Yeah, that's fine. I am getting nervous, though, on the not seeing Digger in the chat. I'm going to be honest. I am nervous that I don't see Digger in the chats at all. I get it if she's not doing her show and she's not going to be on this show, but why wouldn't you? She's always in the chats. So it's just like, I don't know. What are you up to? What are you doing? All right, close that out. So we got that. We've got 2 stories left in our first hour. We've got halfway through the second hour, so we got plenty of things to cover. I got to find a way to get these earphones to stop making my fucking ear hurt. Johnny's futon winked at me once. No, ghosted. I'm feeling ghosted, King Kong Dong. Feeling totally ghosted. She said she'd be scribbling around in the chat by now. I haven't seen Digger at all. It's fine. I'm still more interested than anything. I want to know how she hurt her voice singing. So, I mean, how much karaoke do you got to do where you're like, you know what? I'm not speaking tomorrow just so I can take everything easy. We're just going to give the old larynx and windpipes a break. Like, how much singing at karaoke did you do? Feet pics don't take themselves, says Balls Deep. That might be it. One horse was harmed in the making of this video. No, they said the horse is apparently fine. The horse is apparently fine. The riders, not so much because they're facing multiple charges. Public intoxication, inappropriately riding a horse. They can't get driving under the influence, but they got those 2. So they're going to probably be relatively okay. Not to mention, I feel like if you're the owner of the horse, you're liable for the damage it did to that car. Because there's no way the car that hit the horse didn't take some damage. She sang with that flesh flute at the bar. I don't think that's really what was going on. Still was harmed. I definitely spooked, startled, and scared. But they said it was okay, so that's what I'm relying on. Oh, yeah, we have this British police. British police are apparently charging charismatic pastor with manslaughter after a Jamaican grandfather with Parkinson's drowned in a kiddie pool baptism. Oh. Yeah, that's the one I wanted her to be here for. The horse was insured with State Farm. Right, the horse was insured, but then who do you blame? Do you blame the horse or do you blame the people that freaked the horse the fuck out? Starting namely with drunk asshole trying to stand on the back of the horse while it's riding and then falling off. And then all the women around him screaming like, oh my God, oh my God. Like that's really going to help the spooked and startled animal when it starts hearing hooping and hollering. That's really going to do it. Horse was in a wheelchair the next day. Like I said, they said the horse was unharmed. They said the horse was okay. I'm choosing to believe the horse is okay. I want the horse to be okay. The car certainly isn't okay. Those 2 people that were riding the horses, they aren't okay, and they've been given tickets. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Horse okay, then this is all right for today. Calm down. You don't really want to blow up. No, I don't think anyone does. This boiler is being up, and I'm ready to just blow it up. Gonna reassemble it and say a prayer. Well, I hope that it goes well for you, Rusty. I hope that it goes well for you. All right, caught up. Johnny has a pretty smile. No, I don't. What school you go to? That dude yesterday was a creep, but I still feel like... I'm sorry. I don't feel like the continual nut shots of the COVID pandemic are equivalent to that scenario. But you know what? I lost that battle. I should just accept it. Parkinson's and drowned being baptized. Yeah, he has Parkinson's, and a pastor put him in a kiddie pool to do a baptism, and he drowned. And apparently they did it on a live stream. We don't have the footage, but what we know is, and my throat's being shitty now. Cheryl Bartley 48, was live streaming a ceremony in October of 2023 for Robert Smith, 61, on the Facebook page of her life-changing ministries, according to the Telegraph. The stream was suddenly cut out as Smith, a born-again believer who has Parkinson's disease, was being baptized in a kid's padding pool in the house in Birmingham, according to the report. Or Birmingham. Yeah. Birmingham. Yeah. Emergency services were called, but the grandfather of 7 was already dead. Post-mortem revealed he died from drowning, West Midlands police said when announcing charges Wednesday. So you took a dude with Parkinson's, dunked him in a kiddie pool, and he drowned on Facebook Live. Oh, dear Lord. Smith was originally from Jamaica, but had lived in the UK for 25 years. He was a barber in Brixton, London, according to The Guardian. He had already been baptized, but wanted the new ceremony to become a born-again believer. As for the pastor, she has been charged with gross negligence, manslaughter, an offense which carries a sentence ranging between 1 and 18 years. On average in the UK, is set to appear before the magistrate on May 14th. Dear Lord. Guess God does have standards, says St. Martin. Horses don't surf. Yeah, horses don't surf, but that horse definitely got wiped out. Oh. I know nothing of baptisms, but aren't they dunked for like a couple of seconds? Yeah. A couple of seconds. Rex saying, yo, the grind never stops. Well, that's kind of the way of it. We're here doing what we can. Happy to have you here, Rex50. We have, 2 hours left in the program. We just talked about a dude that inadvertently launched a horse into traffic and got it cartwheeled by a car. And another guy who had Parkinson's at the age of like 70 got baptized to be born again, died of drowning. So, as St. Aaron said, apparently, I guess God does have standards. Like that's I want to say he's wrong. Wait a minute, does God have standards, or is that like God going, no, you've suffered enough, my friend. You're renewing your vows, you've got all this, you've got all your shit together, you've lived a long life, and you've got this Parkinson's thing. Now you're ready to graduate and go up a notch. Like, what is it? Is death God turning you away or God bringing you in? Again, this is where I really wish Digger could have been here today. I was going to kind of softball the first couple hour stories, lull ourselves into it, and then she show up. But we had the funding thing and the hype train, and we had a bunch of fun with that. And she's still not in the chat. Oof, says Rexstar Parody. Yeah, the horse video was pretty hard. If it wasn't so hard to watch at the end, I'd totally play it again. But I feel bad having seen it once. I don't want to see it again. But yeah, the horse one was oof. Or 4 hoofs in the air. Now that the poor horse has Parkinson's. No. The horse doesn't have Parkinson's. We did a separate story about a man with Parkinson's who died of drowning. The horse was its own individual. The horse was a horse. Of course, it did not have Parkinson's. Can horses get Parkinson's? I suppose I don't know that as a fact. I'm just assuming now. Just assuming. We have some interesting news about... let's see if they put it in here. They don't put the... There we go. We have some interesting news out of Disney. So we'll get to that in a minute. Digger's giving herself a pedicure for us. Yeah, probably for tomorrow. Just getting ready. Aren't you supposed to bring him up like a quick dip? Shut up. I want to make sure he's able to soak up the blessed water. Well, he had Parkinson's. Maybe he couldn't hold his breath. And that's my leg falling. Johnny's legs are falling down, falling down, falling down. Johnny's legs are falling down because he can't fucking stand. All right, yeah. The poor horse has Parkinson's. Giving you, I don't think the horse has Parkinson's. The Parkinson's guy though, like maybe he just inhaled a bunch of water unintentionally. Somehow the cold water made him react. I don't know. Death to the IDF. This is just a Jamaican in the UK. completely unrelated. It's completely unrelated. Maybe he was leaving his estate to the church. Oh, that's dirty. He's leaving his estate to the church and they plowed him under. He had 4 grandkids. I would hope somebody else would get the money. Somebody else. You can't give it just to the church. Although I have to say that wouldn't be the first time I've heard a story about the church taking advantage. The horse had Parkinson's and drowned after being struck by a car? No. The horse was struck by a car. The 70-year-old from Jamaica had Parkinson's. I don't know why we're having such a hard time grabbing this today. It's pretty obvious. The horse, we watched the video. The horse was in the video. We saw the video of the horse. The grandpa in the story was a story that's one of these things is not like the others. We saw what happened. Clearly that horse did not have Parkinson's. Did that horse look like it was Michael J. Foxing its way down the road? No, it did not. It was running at a fair click, hence why the people chasing the horse couldn't fucking catch it. Which is weird. The guy on the other horse couldn't giddy up and catch up to the first horse and like, whoa, buddy, slow it down? No? Strange. The force can get Parkinson's? What do you mean the force? Kraken slapping. Now you're in a whole new ballpark. I don't even think the force is real. I think that's one of those made up things. But ironically enough, in like a 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, you've given us a good window to go to the next story because you're talking about the force, which is owned by Star Wars, which is owned by Disney, which is the thing we're talking about. Disney parks are bringing back the ladies and gentlemen language to all of their park announcements and various other things. Disney Park has begun quietly restoring gendered language such as ladies and gentlemen to announcements, attractions, action spiels, and perhaps even cast member training. And we have tweets of these. Oh, that's so quiet. Let's try it again. Boom, boom. Yeah, it's very quiet. But ladies and gentlemen, so they're realizing woke equals broke. Yeah, they're finally getting it. It's finally catching on that that this whole like verify your identity is just very confusing. It's very difficult. It slows down everyday life. And a majority of us don't need it in the first place. Most of us are pretty much fairly well off and just kind of set up on who we are gender-wise. We don't need to have this, like, my identity has to be embraced. And they've also realized that that they kind of advertise to families. Families don't work when you guys have no gender identity. Like, that doesn't work. Well, you need a guy and a girl to make a kid. That's just science. You're gonna need a dude. You're gonna need a chick. One of them's going to have a pussy, the other one a dick. And you're going to have to turn the lights off and leave them alone for about 5 minutes. Did you see that No Man's Sky is adding a Pokemon-esque monster raising update? No, I did not. I haven't played No Man's Sky in a while. The last thing I did, I think I got the Normandy. I think I got the Normandy ship in No Man's Sky. That's the last thing I did. Because I'm a stupidly huge Mass Effect mark. But I don't think I did. I don't think I've done anything with No Man's Sky since. Sounds weird. I've never really played Pokemon. And hey, there's Digger. We found her finally. I've been worried. King Kong Dong says, can you confirm there's no, what do you mean Johnny's meats being real? They've never been real. We did one bit at a golf course one time. Get over it. Brian Digger, show me a feet. She's in the chat. She couldn't even if she wanted to. But it's my feet. You stay away from my feet. Wasn't No Man's Sky one of those games that was bad on launch? Yes, No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk were games that were just unbelievably bad at launch, but they were able to turn them around with consistent updates and cleaning up things. And No Man's Sky in particular has built quite a nice world and universe in that game. I just haven't played it in forever. And I think I only have it on console. I don't have a Xbox Live subscription. I cut my Xbox subscriptions. I had to cut back my expenses a while ago, and one of the things that went was the Xbox subscription, since I don't use it anyway. Hiya, Haru, what are you doing? Well, we're talking about a bunch, Hazley, we're talking about a bunch of different things in the show. We do news and various other things. We were just talking about how Disney has switched their what would you call it? Disney has switched their announcements and things. They brought back gendered language. So we're just talking about ladies and gentlemen. The fact that they say ladies and gentlemen, so they're bringing that back. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, we just talk about different. That's just a different. It's a Chill Thursday show. We're just talking about different things. So we're talking newest thing that happened at Disney that made news because again, it's like a sign of a changing of the times. People are starting to realize it doesn't really work and not going for it. So that's what we're doing. So doing daily streams, right? Well, I mean, yeah, 5 days a week, sometimes 6 when we do the Sunday streams with our friends. We're around here doing news, having fun, talking about events. People in the in the chats end up bringing stuff. The chat's on the screen for Twitch and YouTube, so you guys kind of mingle even though you don't have connected chat. And then we have Rumble as well, 3 platforms. So what did Disney do? Disney took their Disney was one of the first companies, and Disney parks were one of the first places to embrace gender neutral language, and they changed it in everything. Their announcements, how you handle staff, like you could get in trouble for not using gender neutral language. And they've 180'd on all of that, and they're not making a big announcement of it this time like they did when they changed things the first time, but they're slowly repealing that and rolling it back, and just kind of nobody noticed, nobody say anything. We're just going to go back to the way it was. Pab Fargo with $9.99 on YouTube. Thank you, Pab Fargo. Let me put that over there. So we get that. And we're down to 30 for tomorrow's goal. That is beautiful. Thank you. Wild Saffron. It's my dad's birthday. I ended up talking to him for a while. Oh, well, happy birthday to your dad, Digger. I did not know it was your dad's birthday. But happy birthday to your father. We have an hour and 45 left in the show. So we got this fun little thing going on for a while. But I'm glad that at least that's what's going on. I was worried. They're all telling me you left me and it's all over. You've gone to some other state to marry some whore. All right, let's close this out. Disney, again, dropping the cultural language. They were the big ones to institute it, and the fun part is Disney is one of the most studied and imitated consumer-facing brands in the world. Its park language is scripted, tested, approved, and institutionalized. When they change their wording across their announcements and training, it's revealing about something that the company wants cast members to engage guests and how executives want the brand to sound. So yeah, it's literally like they are just, like I said, they're not making an announcement of it. They're turning their back on the whole we go woke thing. They tried it in Marvel, they tried it in Star Wars, and at their parks, and they're slowly returning all of it. Can I get your Discord? Why? For what? I don't have a Discord link handy. I don't know what you want the Discord for. I'm not on it. We don't bring in guests. So I don't now fix Star Wars, you fucks. I don't think they can. I don't think they can fix Star Wars, King Kong Dong. I'm glad that they're doing this, that it seems like they're changing their direction, but like I'm gonna be honest, I don't think is Favreau out? Jon Favreau is done, right? Because The Mandalorian gave them their only hope. And I'm sorry, but the new Star Wars movie sucked. And so they're going to retcon that. If they were going to retcon it, and believe me, I'm not saying they won't, but if they retcon it, they're going to want to start over from Jump Street. They're like, oh, this really went bad. You know what we need to do? We need to redo all of Star Wars. The prequels, the original trilogy, and the second trilogy. Or the third trilogy, whatever you want to call it. But what about Pooh Bear? I don't think Pooh Bear's involved. I'm doing graphical stuff. I don't pay for graphics. I'll look at your. Why would you? Like, it's another bot. What am I saying? It's another bot. Somebody wants me, like, just pays a bot to sell their stuff. I don't. No, I don't. I'm not. You don't understand. We're kind of poor here. Do you see the $5 background I bought to use as my digital background? Do you see the level that I put into this and this? I do it myself. It sucks, but I do it myself. We appreciate the offer, but you're begging a poor man for money, and I don't mean to tell you what to do, but that is dumb. Weird how trying to appeal to 1% of the population while ignoring the other 99%. Yeah, Rusty Grammar, they are. Like, they're finally learning that the backfires thing is happening. Have you seen the fire background in the newsroom? I don't think we have an actual fire background. I have a house burning down, like a still photo. We have the newsroom background. I could pop that up for you if you don't feel like this is nice enough. Hold on a second. We can give you this, baby. There you go. How's that? They made their offer, and they don't really seem to be engaging in the chat. I'm again voting bot. I'm voting bot. Star Wars animated is better than everything post 2000s. I haven't even seen animated. I don't. Again, like I said, Star Wars is one of those. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. You want to do different stories in the universe? Okay, fine. But leave it alone. Don't touch it. Now from MS Now Studios, John. Nope. We are not an MS Now affiliated organization, sir. We are done with our first hour stories, though. So let's clear those out and grab those. And thank you for all the support we've had thus far, the hype trains and the money on YouTube. My favorite background is my stock photo of the condemned house in the hood of Detroit. I mean, you can have different backgrounds. Everybody's got their favorites. I don't even think, is the house one on here? I don't see. The house one isn't on here. I just have those. Yeah. This one doesn't have the house. My other computer has the house one. I have to see if I save up enough money this month if I can pay to get that fixed. All right, so we don't have that. Let's get our second hour stories. Oh boy. So we went from the Disney thing. The Disney thing gave me hope that we as a society are bouncing back from, I would say, a level of perversion and just a level that we need to retreat from. And I'm very glad that that's the case. Let's see if I put those up. It's just they hurt. They're hurting my ear. Johnny's Futon Emporium providing fuck pads. No, not a thing. Second would be the MH Wilds background. I think he means the MN. Like the Minnesota Wilds? Or what is MH Wilds? I'm not sure what MH Wilds is. But yeah, we have the newsroom. I don't know. I don't like the newsroom as much today. We're not trying to do news. Let's go back. Baby, come back. Let's go back to the relaxation room. We do have the neon room. That's one. Like if you want to, but this is for the gaming. This is when we do gaming streams. This is my gaming streaming room. That's what this is supposed to feel like. We're doing video games and stupid shit. There you go. All right. Monster Hunter, you cuck. I didn't even think of that game. I'm sorry. I did not even think of that game. Looks like a sexy time room. It's just a neon room, but I get where you kind of maybe feel that way. I always felt like some sort of weird club room or a room in a place where you'd go to smoke weed. So I don't know. Like I said, it's the gaming lobby before we go into doing video games. Yep. Held a message, smart detection. Expired and not posted to chat. Yeah, the graphical stuff thing. It didn't say anything else after that. Probably a bot. That's what's sad. It's like I have a bot that goes to YouTube channels and diverts traffic to my interesting fucking graphic design. Oh. This is wearing off, and I wish it wasn't. Buzzballs. I've never heard of them before. Not bad. Japanese Love Hotel. Never been to one, wouldn't know. I like a nice campfire background, says Pab Fargo. Good to think of. Bots. Bots, indeed. I don't want them to be bots, though. Like, I want to have a back and forth. It's fun. Anyhow, so all of the hope that you had with Disney, I'm about to take it away. I'm a weird kind of, I don't know what you would call it, a charlatan in that regard. All of the hope I just gave you about society, we're about to take away. Because in Atlanta, there's a drag club that literally hosts Veggie Tales Night. And I don't know if I want to actually play this whole clip. The VeggieTales Drag Cabaret. Now, if these guys are in a club doing drag, that's fine. But associating a Christian children's show to this event, no. If these guys had decided to do a Nazi theme night, would people speak up and say something? I would hope so. But if you feel that that's bad, you should feel just as bad about a drag show centering around, and it's not like it's just one of them is, it's literally called the VeggieTales Drag Cabaret. They are literally taking VeggieTales, a children's show, and they are making it into a drag event. I really feel like somebody needs to be suing the pants off of these people. That's not okay. First of all, it's, again, a children's show. There's been a lot of Bluey stuff on Facebook lately. Well, Pab Fargo, I'd be even more pissed if it was a Bluey drag show, because my daughter loves Bluey, and don't associate your adult stuff, debauchery, perversion, what have you. Don't associate your adult stuff with a children's show. Leave the fucking children's show alone. VeggieTales is not owned by Disney. They're owned by NBC Universal. Yeah, but I didn't think VeggieTales was owned by Disney. VeggieTales are woke as fuck, though, too. That's why John Cooper of Skillet is always calling them out. So, yeah, I'm sure VeggieTales won't complain, but it's still kind of gross. Like, if you want to fight the rumors that you are a groomer, if you want to fight the rumors that you and your friends are groomers, it helps to not take on children's shows. If you stop hanging around, kids will think there's other things you did. Instead of trying to put your dicks in their little holes. So yeah, I am not comfortable with the live Bluey shows. Live Bluey shows are fine. I've seen puppet shows that they do Bluey shows. That's fine. It's where it's a live drag show, that's where I would have a problem. Because the idea of involving kids stuff like My Little Pony, whatever, no drag shows with this shit in it. Let's not. You want their pants? No. Next week's show is High School Musical. What school do you go to? That guy's never going to end. Like, I hope they fire him. I hope he loses his job. What he did wasn't cool. I'm not quite like Digger, like they all just went along to get along. Like, we don't know that. Clearly not everybody, because somebody shared this and this story and this information got out and people had feelings. And that guy on camera admitted, like, yeah, we were all really uncomfortable when that moment happened, but they were just doing their business. And again, that guy stopped without needing any provocation. They call them all out right then and there. Like, that's not the world you live in. Fun fact, according to VeggieTale lore, the vegetables don't have souls, so they can't go to heaven. Is that true? So, like, all the people in VeggieTales are soulless monsters? because they are vegetables. And I thought they were all about the Jesus. This is weird. Like, that's actually that. You know what? That's a plot twist I could get interested in. So you're telling me it's a whole bunch of religious vegetables and fruits, and none of them have a soul, so they can't go to heaven. So it's like a perpetual catch-22. Interesting. We could see how that plays out. That could be fun. Either way, I don't think I want to play the whole minute and 11 of this. It's gross. Let's just clip to just different parts. I'm not going to play the video. We're just going to jump to different stills. So we had contestant number 1. Contestant number 2. They're all different vegetables from VeggieTales. Again, it's a kid show. Why would you think they... I don't even want to know what that is. Dear Lord. We live in a world of sin. Where'd Digger go? Did she see any of those? If she didn't, she spared herself. Actually, now's a good time to remind people that our studio sponsor is going to be changing tomorrow. So today and tomorrow are the last 2 days that we get to enjoy the lovely logo I made for our studio sponsor, Scruffy D's Salty Surprise. Scruffy D's Salty Surprise, it's a beautiful treat made by hand. An American classic, and it's in demand. So make sure to get yourself one while the getting's good, because we're only promoting it for today and tomorrow. It's a beautiful treat, and the surprise is it's delicious. Made by hand with bulk batch loads made to order. Scruffy D's Salty Surprise. Can't wait to find out what next week's is. That one guy looked like the alien lady from Mars Attacks. Actually, you're right, dude. Go back. Who said that? St. Aaron? You're totally right. You're talking about this lady, right? Well, we use the term lady generously. You're talking about this bearded monstrosity, right? It's not about the kids, but we're making it about the kids. But parents who keep their kids away from this are the evils. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm the one imagining things that this is groomer-esque when you make it look like this. So that way anybody that has the stupidity cell to bring their child to this kind of feels like, oh, it's all well and good. No. Small batch loads? No. With bulk batch loads. Bulk batch. It's a bulk batch. Front runner is KKD's ping pong paddles. That could be interesting. Yeah, you're right. It does kind of. I think it's the green largely. The green. No, you know what it is? It's the green and it's the beehive hairdo. It's the green combined with that towering fucking hair that really sells it. Yeah. But again, this is in a club that's for, queer people in Atlanta. So I'm praying that we don't have kids there of any age range. But dude, you can't ignore the fucking. Oh, wow. Sponsor idea, Fiery Red's cooling cream. There's an idea. All ideas are valid. We take all of the ideas suggested to us when we do our show. If you want to throw an idea out there, you want to get behind it, audience can group fund an idea. We've agreed to that. This tomorrow's stream, we're bringing back the Kippers, the Marmite, the Vegemite, the hot jelly beans, the gross jelly beans, random shots, and the muscle tasing. We've added the muscle taser to the lipstick nail polish challenges. So those are more fun, and shave challenges. So those are more fun for all of you guys. So we're doing all of that. It'll be a fun time. Every $25 conglomerate, every $25 that we achieve in funding, we roll the wheel and we do ourselves a little torture session. I've got an hour and a half left in the program. I didn't smoke any weed today, so I'm gonna this one's for me right here. And while we do that, let's grab a good video story that we have. Not that one. Here we go. We have Digger, if you can watch for a second. I know I see you over there in the Rumble chat. If you can watch for a second, I've got an MP from your neck of the woods. NDP MP which I don't know where that is condemning the budget for 2026 for cutting $7 billion from Indigenous Services Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations. They provide zero. They put $7 billion to Indigenous Services. They provide zero to deal with ongoing genocide of MMIWG 2S LGBTQIA+, she said. Because every time you got, yeah, never mind. So anyways, this person is complaining that this person cut Indigenous services from Services for Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations, but she is pissed that they are not providing money. All right. Let's hear from this lady.
When the budget was released, I was shocked to find out that Prime Minister Carney is cutting $7 billion between Indigenous Services Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations. They provided $0 to deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIWG2SLGBTQIA+.
Because that's not a thing. There is no genocide happening to that. I mean, other than the fact that people are just not buying your bullshit anymore and us telling you to go F off. And then if some of you guys take that personally and have mental breakdowns because we don't bow to your reality and you decide to hurt yourself, that's not a genocide. There's no active force actively going out and persecuting these people. These people are persecuting themselves when they don't get what they want. And the fact that you had to list, let's count them. Let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You had to list 14 letters and a number. It doesn't spell an actual word. But it's just, we're up to 14 individual groups now. 14. It started out as LGBT. Lesbian, gay, bi, and trans. That's where it started. But every time that we gave those 4 recognition, a 5th came up and, well, my group's not getting registered. And then the next one, my group's not. So now it's MMII2L squared, the fucking circumference of the sun, whatever the fuck it is. It's a mathematical equation. The ongoing genocide. Of course we can't fund it because every time one of you comes out and gets any help, someone jumps behind them saying they're the disenfranchised one and their group isn't getting recognized.
This is abhorrent. This is callous. This is callous because the very Liberal government that has stripped organizations of life-sustaining funding has now committed $13 billion. $13 billion on military spending.
Oh, fuck you. $13 billion on military spending. We sneeze and fart $13 billion on military spending in the middle of the night. And I'm with you, like cutting social services for any government, yours or mine, cutting social services while simultaneously doing nothing for the overspending of military stuff, that's a thing. But I mean, you're putting the $13 billion to that. Again, what are they supposed to do? You guys freak out when you don't get your identifications like registered and recognized. And are you arguing on behalf of the LGBTQ or the native peoples? It looks like you're weirdly on both. So you're pissed that they're cutting both of them?
Who is paying for it? Indigenous women across this country, Indigenous women, girls to us, LGBTQIA+, are not safe. In fact, rates of violence are increasing.
Oh, well, that part is actually very, very true. That's because your government's been importing an Indigenous community that don't fuck around with your hippy-dippy bullshit, and then the other half of them are oh so fond of an R word. But that, again, comes to, like, again, new arrivals.
And what is the Prime Minister doing? He is turning a blind eye on this violence. You know, the Prime Minister talks a lot about projects of
I'm weirdly pro and anti her while she's doing this. Because on the one hand, she is doing the very Israeli thing where she's lumping her group into another group. Oh, indigenous women and blah, 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 and the indigenous peoples, and their funding has been cut. And the 14, 15 different groups of people, they aren't safe either. Well, if they'd stop trying to kids. Don't send people, crime goes up, lady. Well, I'll be fair that she is calling out Mark Carney for the stuff, but yeah, that's part of it. I think she missed a few letters in the acronym the second time. And that's just, again, the stupidity of this. Because those groups of people aren't different. They all just want you to embrace the fact that they think they are the pink, purple, fluffy unicorn. But nobody else gets to be the pink, purple, fluffy unicorn. So we can't just have one group because then I'm not registered properly in that group. Everybody wants their own personal delusion verified and embraced publicly as if it were reality. But the problem with that is you can't embrace 26 different realities. And that's why they each need their own group, because they can't be part of someone else's reality. It's their reality that needs to be embraced.
National interest, what is in the national interest.
But I'll say this, nobody's hassling you if you just look like everybody else. So if you just live your life and you be who you are, you're good. If you've got to wave your lifestyle in front of people and you make more noise, now you're going to get in trouble because you're going to piss off somebody who don't play that.
Trust are the lives, safety, security, and dignity, not in the national
Oh, Red
interest.
Scooper, I don't believe that's the case. We'll have to rely on Digger for that, but I don't believe their indigenous people have casinos. I think that's just an America thing. I think that's just an America thing where we're like, we freaking quarantined you guys to reservations, so now you have like no federal laws. Everything flies on your reservation, and we don't really belong to it. And you can have casinos to make the money back. 1996 called, they want their haircut back. Again, I think she's an indigenous person.
Indigenous women and girls to us LGBTQIA+. Is the Prime Minister okay having indigenous women to us LGBTQ?
Again, just say, like, you're roping indigenous women into this with again, MI2LGBT. I can't, like, it's getting annoying. This is a 2-minute video. We could chop a minute of it out if she just say the gays or something. The gays is wrong. But again, like, that's this whole, what? It just live your life. If I don't, look, if I can't discern your sexual identity and you can talk to me without having to rub it in my face, I don't care. I really, really don't care. As long as you're both consenting adults, I could give a shit. But it's when the, like, it gets rubbed in my face and you have to shove it in my face like you're doing right now. You're linking it to something else because you have to shove that in their face. Like, nope. For the shit fuckers. Oh.
QIA+ family members and organization coming to Parliament begging time and time again to see.
All right. The indigenous families. See, that's my problem. The MI2LWBGLGDTP+, those people aren't families because they don't. Those are groups of people. Yes. But they're not families. Like, they're not
our humanity. Is he okay with that? Well, clearly, with his behavior the other day, laughing at a woman from Grassy Narrows who is suffering from mercury poisoning, having her even having to beg for an apology, is an example of how this Prime Minister has turned his back on Indigenous peoples, particularly Indigenous women and girls to us LGBT.
Just end it after the Indigenous women and girls, okay? I really doubt is it because they're not paying for your gender transition surgery? I'm sorry, I'm not hearing a whole lot of stories about people of those persuasions being assaulted, accosted, or whatever. Like, are you being denied the option to rent or have a building? As far as I know, at this point, I'm surprised with the amount of shit you guys are allowed to do in public on your side of the fence and mine. The people who say LGBTQIA+ is the same people who memorize more than 3.14 on pi. Well, why do you need more than 3.14? I'm one of the people who only knows the 3.14 just off the top of my head. I don't even know the equation that you use to solve for pi, like that you get 3.14. I don't remember. I'm dumb. If all they wanted is an apology, this would be much easier. Right? They want money like spent on it, and again, it's a group of people that keeps getting larger, saying we need more money spent on us. We need more money spent on us. The money has to come from somewhere. Like she said, they approved the budget increase in the military. Here's where I'm jealous. At least their government is going, hey, we increased the military spending and we cut here. That's not okay. Why aren't we cutting from the military spending to improve these things on this? Like I wish we can't even have that conversation. The last time anybody stood up to the mic in this country, well, let's just say the mic dropped. And so did that guy. Good morning, Johnny, says Alan. Is it really morning where you are? Well, then good morning. Then good morning to you, sir. We've been at it for about 2 hours, so we've got an hour and a half left in the show. And we've gotten through most of our first hour stuff. We're getting on our second hour stuff right now. Our Lady of Canada Digger has hurt her voice singing, so she's not doing her stream or mine today. And then we're doing our big fun stream tomorrow, so that's what we've got going on over here. That's how it is. How are people supposed to remember the acronym if I have to write important shit down to remember it? Trucker 18. The one word for them is weirdos. We spend trillions of dollars on the military. Right. Digger saying, no, they don't have casinos, but they do get to sell pot on the res long before it was legal. Yeah, they got to sell weed before it was cool. Is that a bonus? Like you got to sell weed before it was cool? That is an interesting bonus to have. I don't think it really counts for much. No, that's why. Anyways, be listening, but hopping on 14. Well, you have a good time on Final Fantasy 14. I had fun over there. The graphics were nice. The game was fun. I'm just a WoW guy. There's nothing about it. Like, I enjoy walking around fishing. It's hard to explain. Anyways, how are people supposed to? Yep, covered. Good. All right, so there we go. Yeah, we covered, if you're just joining us, Alan, we covered the drag show with VeggieTales in it. That's the scariest thing I've ever heard proposed. But they did it. Now, on an update for Colin Kaepernick, and I know a lot of you haven't been asking for it, but we're going to give it to you anyway. The former San Francisco 49ers quarterback completed a memoir almost 10 years after he first knelt during the national anthem. So Colin Kaepernick is really tired of not being talked about and not being a thing. And since he can't just have a career for being an activist as a football player, and he keeps doing this love-hate thing with the NFL where he accuses it of being modern-day slavery, but then also he wants to be part of it all of a sudden, like this on and off thing. So now he's releasing a memoir. The balls on this guy. Hey, you guys, remember when I kneeled on the ground during the national anthem to draw attention to a thing, and it changed absolutely nothing, and I continued to suck as a quarterback? Well, here's the book detailing the inside moments. The memoir. Oh, my God. A decade after he first took a knee during the national anthem, Colin Kaepernick will be publishing his life story. His life story. The activist and former San Francisco 49ers quarterback has completed the perilous flight. Correct me if I'm wrong. He was adopted by a white family, right? Like he had like a middle-class family, not like a hoity-toity rich upbringing, but he had like a decent upbringing. I'm not wrong on that, am I? Let's look up Kaepernick adopted parents. Colin Kaepernick parents. Rick and Teresa adopted when he was 6 weeks old. Yeah. So this whole perilous flight bullshit My memoir, I Suck, You Can Too, Kaepernick, says Brian. Dude, oh. Just the, like, the perilous flight of what? You had a decent upbringing, you got scholarships through college, and you got to play in the NFL. Like, no offense, as an athlete overall, that's considered a damn good ride, period. A lot of athletes don't make it to the college level, and the ones that make it to the college level, they don't all make it to the pros. Ugh. This is just gross. It'll come out before he knelt at a preseason NFL game. Again, the most notable thing that as a football player you're known for is taking an effing knee. That's what you're known for. You're not known for playing well. You're not known for being a good quarterback. You're known for taking a knee during the national anthem. Literally, that's what you're known for as a football player. Count your blessings, man. You're a pro whose most notable thing as a pro is, well, remember that one time where he did something completely not involved with playing the game? Does his legs still work? I'm sure they do. He kneeled in 2016. Yeah. 10 years since the kneel. Oh, my dear Lord. A statement from Kaepernick about the book. People saw the moment, but they didn't see the years that made it possible. The questions about who I was, the injustices I could no longer ignore, the voices of those who came before. In other words, they didn't see that I hooked up with this chick and she totally skewed me. And then I went with that. Yeah, fuck that noise. Oh my God. So I don't know about you guys. If you're thirsting for it, it's out there for you. The Colin Kaepernick memoir. Right. Deal with that later. All right. There we go. Don't have anything to look in there. So yes, the Colin Kaepernick memoir. It's out there. It's a thing. You can get it. You can have it. Hooray. Oh, man. His ego was always bigger than any talent he demonstrated, says Wild Saffron. Yeah. And now he's like, people saw the moment. They didn't see the years leading up to it. Oh, you mean the years of privilege you had over a lot of people in, like, say, the inner city or the community? No, but continue to tell me about how you had it great. The injustices you could no longer ignore. I feel like, again, what injustices did you suffer? What injustices did you suffer that other football players didn't suffer? Because if all the football players are going through it, then the injustices you suffered were, again, group shared. Nobody else writes a fucking memoir. So I don't know. Either everybody's cool with it and they understand it's part of the deal. You know, you get whatever. I don't know. Lieutenant Dan, what about him? He had a different play style that got him to the Super Bowl, lost, then people studied film, had his number. After that, he was on the verge of being benched before doing the knee thing. Oh, yeah, no. The knee thing is one of, and this, like, the memoirs are another in a long line of Colin Kaepernick doing what he actually does, which is trying to make a stink to get somebody to pay attention to him, to notice him, so he can make some money. Like, and that's what the book is. The book is a money grab. The knee was a way to stay relevant, so that way if they decide to bench him, they're not benching him, they're benching what he stands for. He used it as a shield, whether it was his girlfriend's idea or not. It's still shitty, and I don't. Yeah, and like I said, out of everything he did with the kneeling, good and bad, it doesn't deserve a book, especially 10 years later. Tell me you expected a lot more money to be a thing, without saying it. Selling me a memoir book about the event of kneeling 10 years after the fact. They didn't even fucking milk 9/11 that hard. He got $10 million, I think. What, during that season? Doing the kneeling? He got $10 million? That's insane. I can do so much with one. I don't need 10 million. I just need one. $1 million. That's all I need. Free and clear, 1 million. Debts are paid, buying a house, kiddo's got a college fund. We're good. I'll make the rest work on my own from there. Don't send people to jail. Oh, yep, we covered that a while ago. Am I not moving with Twitch, or is Twitch just not moving? Twitch is just not moving. Oh, well. Okay, so yesterday we covered a story about the student council dude who was not cool. Now we've got an Oklahoma principal story today, and I think we'll all be saying the same thing. This dude's pretty awesome. He really went above and beyond for these kids. Also, when the league gave him a chance at a tryout to come back, he decided to host his own tryout 30 miles away and announce it an hour prior to when NFL 1 was supposed to happen. Yeah, he pulled, because again, he wanted to pull the whole, that's after he pulled the biopic or whatever that he put out about comparing the NFL to slavery, literally saying that the NFL is modern day slavery. At one point, he compared the way they compare weight, height, stats, and capabilities of NFL athletes to the way they used to measure the slaves. Because the NFL is slavery. Because everybody knows before they put you on the boat, they said, hey, do you want to do this? Just sign on the dotted line and we can make this happen. Look, I don't doubt that if you join any professional sports organization, that they put you through the ringer and they treat you like a purchased product, which may be somewhat subhuman. But again, there's a choice part that you have where you can say, I don't want to do that. But they decide to, so I can't really rule that out. So I hated the Colin Kaepernick comparison. And on top of that, like I said, it was a money grab. And now we've got a new one. We've got a new one fucking, when was the tryout debacle? That was like 2 years ago, right? Like he did the tryout bit like 2 years ago. So he's already fiending, like he's already dying on the vine. And so now it's a book. And then he'll release a behind the scenes memoir of the book where he explains how he wrote the book. A lot of people read the words, but they don't understand the work that went behind the words. I'd go home and smoke some weed, drink, and then I'd write down shit that I thought up into a book. Like, I'm guessing that's what it is. I don't know if that's a good Colin Kaepernick impression. I haven't done his voice. He started sucking and affected the league's bottom dollars, so he deserved everything that happened. I don't know. What do you mean deserved everything that happened? They kicked him out. They stopped signing him because he wasn't, like, we got rid of a quarterback because we didn't think he was doing too great, and we were supposed to have a great one in this state for football. And then it turns out that guy went and did way better over where he was at, and we sucked fat donkey dog. So, you know. Johnny, how is you raid doing? We're on heroic, pallies. We're at Dragons, I think. And Dragons is fucked. But yeah, we're at Dragons. We're at Dragons. I'm at this point, I don't know. I don't level up fast enough and well enough. I don't dedicate enough time. Like, that is the one thing I don't like about World of Warcraft compared to Final Fantasy 14. Like, the amount of time I have to dedicate to being ready, geared up, going, doing runs to get drops, and often not getting the drops. And then they're limiting the marks you can, you know what? This is an argument that I'm having for one person. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're not to Pallies yet, unfortunately. I would like to be to Pallies. I would like to get to Mythic Bailoran, because I want that mount. I want that Mythic Bailoran mount, but I'm never going to see it, let's be honest. Or at least not until after the season's over and I can go in on Mythic later and farm the damn thing, if that's even a possibility. Anyway, so we have a story about a dude out of Halls Valley High School in Oklahoma. Principal Kirk Moore tackled a school shooter, a would-be school shooter. He didn't get any shots off. He tackled a would-be school shooter and was shot in the process. He's recovering in the hospital. The suspect is in jail. Please tell me you have an actual news story on this, News 9. Like a video. Yeah, you do. All right, so as soon as this commercial ad is over. So, yeah, we have like a real, like, here, like this principal is a fucking hero. He prevented an entire school shooting. So we'll get to that in just a second. Just got my gaming PC together. When are we gaming, buddy? Says Gray Duckling. The only game I play right now is World of Warcraft at the moment. I don't know, but we'll have to figure that out, Gray Duckling. I wouldn't mind doing some gaming. I want to start doing since we're moving on, like Bricks Gaming, something I wanted to tell you about actually. Since we're moving on to straight heroics, like doing non-heroic, like stream raid runs and stuff, going for like speed or whatever, what have you, I can tank or DPS. So that's a thing. Absolute Chad of a principle for doing that. I want to say yes, but I'm not entirely certain on the lingo. I'm an older guy. I have to start realizing that. So yeah, dude, this guy's a fucking hero in my book. And why we're giving it airtime, because just fuck it is we got so many horrible things we report on, shitty things, gross things, what have you. This is like one of those, like, let's give people hope in humanity again. We did it for a little bit when we said Disney was abandoning the stupid shit and just going with, ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple. We understand it. The people that are offended are a minority, and most of us are fine with it. So just fuck it. Because most of us, including some of those people of that precious group, are like, you know what? I don't really care. It's the standard announcement. That's what goes out. I'm not the standard person. That's their thinking. And more power to them for it. Anyways, thank God the Aldivaldi police weren't there. Well, I don't think that's in Oklahoma, Wild Saffron. Isn't that is that Texas or New Mexico? I think it's one. I thought it was Texas. Either way, yeah. Watch, it'll be New Mexico, and I'm a fucking douche. Anyways, yeah, no, this case, yeah, this guy didn't wait for anybody. He didn't do any. He stopped and saved a shitload of kids. Let's go to the video. Oh, it helps if you unmute it, asshat.
And Matt, you were able to talk with the mayor, who is also a Pauls Valley High School employee and knows the principal very well.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh,
it's not a stranger.
That just, let's go back to this. The mayor is also a high school employee. Huh. How does that work? So the acting mayor is also a high school. Is he a teacher? Is he the Phi Ed guy? Is he a janitor? I've got some serious questions. Is he the superintendent? That's a weird. You don't really hear mayor and high school employee. I'm going to be honest. Seldom hear those two put together. And I'm sure it's probably more common than I realize, but seldom hear them put together. And all right, you know what, Matt? We'll give you your 5 minutes. Let's go.
Carl and Amanda, Principal Kirk Moore is not a stranger to anybody here in Pauls Valley. The longtime teacher and leader is now being lifted up in prayer as school families celebrate his act of bravery.
The face of Pauls Valley High School is the same face law enforcement recognizes as a hero, with school families owing their thanks to Moore's quick action, tackling the shooter and suffering a gunshot himself. District Superintendent Brett Knight looks up.
I'm going to say this. Shooter was not who I suspected. Wish I'd known they were going to pull his shooter's mug up that fast.
The shooter and...
I'm actually happy to say this doesn't look like it's going to be the regular, like, because I've done some shootings before, like stories. This doesn't seem like it's going to be the regular one. We might have a different one this time. This guy might just be your garden variety nutso. Like this is not normally the face you see.
Suffering a gunshot himself. District Superintendent Brett Knight looks up to Moore.
He's actually been a mentor to me. He was one that kind of helped me when I was first hired here 8 or 9 years ago. He's been...
Okay. Guys, come on. You look like a human potato. I've got to believe there's a way out of this. This This is so sad.
In the district, I believe last year was 35 years.
Community leaders were proud to share that Moore was air flighted to OU Health in Oklahoma City and that he's doing well. Pauls Valley's mayor, Jocelyn Rushing, also works at the high school as an administrative assistant.
Well, at least I got my question answered. Administrative assistant. Did not expect it to be a woman. I was expecting check hard drive white kid. I mean, yeah, everybody had different thoughts of who we'd be seeing on there. I'm going to say for that one, though, didn't expect that guy. I was expecting somebody who would have a manifesto. Or at least a male manifesto. Yeah, no, I didn't expect that. That is surprising. That's a little surprising. But I don't know. I wouldn't rule out checking this guy's hard drive, King Kong Dong. I'd still say when you go and you try and do something like this, yeah, we should look through it either way. Just to be certain.
I've known Kirk Moore for at least 25 of his 35 years in the school system, and he's a fine man.
Everybody in this town is big. Do you have any not big people in there? Because I'm looking on the outside, and I got to say, everybody in this town is pretty big. Pretty big. The guy they shot was big. The guy that did the shooting, he looked like he was getting big. The superintendent, you get any bigger and you roll, you don't walk. You get any bigger and you're doing lava jizz shots. Hashtag lava jizz shots.
Who loves the students and is willing to go out of his way to ensure the safety. And that was proven today.
Yep. That was proven. Okay. Anything else?
By the steps that he took.
The trauma of what happened on Tuesday will keep schools closed on Wednesday, but Moore's well-being remains front of mind.
But we'll get this story out nationally by Thursday. So there you go. Alrighty. Back as in Wild Saffron, small town, low crime, plenty of time to get donuts. I don't know why I had to read that with an accent, but I don't none of those people were police officers, so I don't know how crime being high or low affects donut consumption. It just weirds me out. Because, I've seen people that are so muscular they have no neck. That's a thing. I've never seen that before. His head went seamlessly. It made me uncomfortable. Again, the principal is a hero. He saved the school. Dear Lord, that just felt awkward to look at is my point. To look at. Because I'm going to say, and again, like I said, not shitting on the guy, but he's not tiny himself, tinier. Maybe that's what made the other guy superintendent was size. Donuts, not just for cops as well, or not police as Wild Saffron. Right, but again, I don't feel all low crime affects donut acquisition and consumption was my point. I feel like if crime is high or low, you're just more careful about how and when you acquire your donuts. So, that's all I'm saying. Just don't know that it matters. All right, where is that? That's done. Pauls Valley Community. Yep, we cleared that. That's, oh, dude, we're almost done with our second hour stories. We're getting through this. We have an hour left in the show. We've got this, and then we've got our third hour content for everyone. So thank you for being here. We are, everyone, eating biscuits and sausage gravy for breakfast. I miss biscuits and sausage gravy. Digger, we can do that one, right? We can't, oh, wait. Sausage gravy has pork in it, doesn't it? God damn it. Damn it. No. I don't want to give up pork. Oh. I love biscuits and sausage gravy. I discovered biscuits and gravy late in life. I discovered biscuits and gravy when I was 18. I was working as a cook. That's when I discovered biscuits and gravy. And I'm going to be honest, really good biscuits and gravy. I don't know if there's a better meal, especially if you get it with 2 sunny side up eggs and some toast. I would also like to add bacon to that list, but I already know I got to start cutting back, so let's not even pretend. All right. But yeah, now Wild Saffron's got me talking about food. That's a horrible idea. Don't do that to me, Rumble chat. You're not on the screen. People don't even know you're here. Except you guys over on Rumble. Thank you for watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. We are going for another... Thank you, Fettuccine Poo Poo. That was a little surprising. I didn't... Thank you. All right. Left field. How you doing? But yeah, so there we go. I've been passively talking to Digger through this show, and I wait to see her responses in the chats. And I imagine if she's in a position where she's busy doing something, she can't respond. Drives her nuts. So, alrighty, Wild Saffron with the pig emojis. Yeah, I gotta give up on bacon. I've got a slab of it in the fridge, like in the freezer, and I'm like, I gotta make something with it, but I'm like, I don't know. Should I maybe start now? Those federal eyes. Okay, I'm back, Daddy. I didn't know you. Don't call me that. I'm not your father. I don't think I discovered biscuits and gravy until I was in my 30s, says Sandy Squatch. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. But it wasn't like I never had it like at home growing up. I mean, I'd heard of the concept of biscuits and gravy, but I've never had it. And then I had a head chef who was from the South, and he made a mean gravy. And let me just tell you, biscuits and gravy with a side of sunny side eggs and some toast. Like that's a morning meal. I'm going to buy you a pet pig for your wedding, says Los Federales. I don't want a pet pig. I don't want a pet pig. I have a pet cat. I have 2 technically. But, I mean, I have a pet cat, but that's the thing. Like, if something happens to Al before we get this whole apartment shit figured out, if something happens to him before that, like, what do you do with Teg? Do you take her away from her sister and the big house and stuff? I don't know. She snuggles everybody. Teg is the snuggliest cat on the planet. My mom was surprised because my mom hasn't had a cat in a while. My mom loves cats, but they got dogs. And so my mom was surprised at how snuggly Teg was. But Spider Pig. Spider Pig isn't a real thing. You have to cheat on Digger to get sausage and gravy. Well, that's the thing. We're going to have to like do a workaround where it's like a beef sausage or something. It's just, it won't, like, it won't be as good. Sausage gravy with the, you know, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's not worry about it. Speaking of getting ahead of themselves, we do have a story about Michael J. Fox, CNN, and I hope they have the video for this. They don't have the video because they pulled it. CNN put a video up called CNN Heroes Looking Back at Michael J. Fox's Legacy and His Fight Against Parkinson's. So they put a video up with this headline. Oh, this is from a year ago, but not the video. Not the video they were talking about now. They put it back up. What did they do? Because this story's literally from today, right? Yeah, from today. All right, I'm not high, guys. It's from today. That's today's date. All right, so let's go to the New York Post one then and see if they put the video in there. Nope, this is just people's news. Stop giving me ads. Why would anyone ever want to block ads on their frickin' PC? Michael J. Fox insists he's alive and doing great after CNN blunder led to shock death rumors. Michael J. Fox reassured his fans that he is alive and well after CNN published a misleading article about his death. Oh, he told TMZ Wednesday he was at Paley Fest yesterday and on stage and was giving interviews. All right, so I don't know if we have to go to that. Where's the spokesperson told TMZ? What's the thing that CNN? The package was published in error and we have removed it from our platforms and sent our apologies. Yeah, what was the package that you published, though? It's not in their article. We'll go back to the other one. They apologized after a video titled Remembering the Life of Michael J. Fox was published. They published a video called Remembering the Life of Michael J. Fox. Nice. Who's in your guys' publishing department? Colin Kaepernick? He seems to like to get things out early. Accept invites to his performance tryouts and show off. Not that part. Not that part. Digger, you'll just be taking his pork. Oh, what? Johnny doesn't have to give up pork. If anything, it means he gets all the bacon. Digger, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like biscuits and gravy, Digger. Biscuits and gravy. That's what I'm saying. Because like the gravy is sausage gravy. You got to have sausage in the gravy. Otherwise, it doesn't make the gravy the gravy. And then if we're not using sausage bits in the gravy, but what kind of sausage? Because then if it's got pork in it, you won't eat. So I don't want to make biscuits and gravy for one. That's no fun. I want to make biscuits and gravy for two, me and you. Sorry, I'm a fag. I didn't mean to be a fag. Anyways, so Michael J. Fox is alive and well. That's the point I wanted to get out. CNN tried to kill Michael J. Fox. If Michael J. Fox passes in any amount of time from now till let's say this summer, let's say June. From now till June, if he passes, it's all their fault. If something happens to Mike, we blame CNN. Make Digger a... No, that's gross. Gross. You can't even say you pork. You can't even say you porked Digger. Well, I can say that, but it's inaccurate because that's against her beliefs. Digger, you have sausage and gravy. I'll make brown gravy. Problem solved. King Kong dog. Digger, that's some Satan shit. I don't want to agree with him, Digger. I don't. But the man has a point. That is indeed some gross stuff. Dear Lord. So CNN is doing the sad life and tragic ending of insert celebrity videos like YouTube has. Kind of wild, Saffron. But they put one out implying that Michael J. Fox was no longer with us and he's alive and well. Well, as good as you can be with Parkinson's. So he's getting through it. And yeah, he had to confirm for everybody, by the way, we have a video. Open image, a new tab. So here is, this one. Here's all right. So this is from the article I was going through. This is the article image they put up. They put up Remembering the Life of Actor Michael J. Fox and that. So they put that up and a lot of people thought he was dead. And he had to kind of go to social media and everywhere else to go, no, I'm not dead. You're not fooling anyone, you know. Oh, just do us a favor. Digger saying Michael J. Fox is a local hero. They'd better not bring about his death. Well, like I said, I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like giving them until June. They have until June to protect Michael for that blasphemous, misleading video. Anytime before then, it's on you. Guy was doing great until you had to say something like fuck off. Like that's how he treats CNN. Once June rolls around, he's back on his own. King Kong Dong, brown gravy has a time and place, and breakfast biscuits is not either. Can I appeal, like, Digger, can I appeal, like, do you guys have, like, a pope or somebody I can appeal to ask them if we can get, like, written authorization, like, one time it's fine, like, and I'll just make you the sausage, biscuits, and gravy, and the one time. Pab Fargo, biscuits, no gravy, yuck. She wants to do biscuits, brown gravy. That's where she's landing. Biscuits and brown gravy. And again, like I'm terrified that the breakfast plate she's planning, because like on my end of the table, we're saying biscuits, sausage, gravy, eggs over easy is my preference, but cooked to your liking. Eggs to your liking, 2 of those, and then a piece of toast cut in half and folded so the triangles for presentation. But either way, a piece of toast, lightly toasted, for the sopping of the yolks, and that is the meal, my friend. That is your breakfast. Congratulations. If you're feeling crazy, if you're feeling nuts, you can add some bacon or some breakfast sausage on the side. But either way, that's about it. They do veggie sausage gravy. That's not bad. You could do that for her. Same flavor, just not as greasy. But deep down, I'll know, King Kong Dog. Deep down, I'll know. Oh, Wild Saffron saying, Digger, first it's sausage, then who knows what kind of debauchery he will lead you into. You got to understand, the sausage is a gateway sin. That's what it is. That's what it is. The sausage will lead you into the blasphemous realms. You know, first thing it's, how did you end up doing heroin and polygamy? Well, it all started with the sausage gravy, if I'm honest. No, it did not. I almost spit take when I read, I've been substituting on biscuits with jam or with mayo and cheese. Ah. Mayo and cheese? Guys, I have a mayo and cheese biscuit. Oh. So you're going to have mayo and cheese on the biscuit, and you're going to get, what, 2 eggs? What, you want them over hard? You're just going to make little Sammys out of them, and there you go. 2 breakfast Sammys. King Kong Dong says, gross. I kind of agree. That is not okay. Dear Lord. Make hers for yourself and give her Satan's work. Look, I'm going to say this. If she's passing on the biscuits and the gravy, then I'm going to get breakfast sausage. I'm going to have like 4 links of sausage with my sausage biscuit gravy, because I'm not making a lot of gravy. Make a little gravy. You put what, 2-3 links in that? Chopped fine? Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be a sausage heavy meal for me. That's the thing. She's going to OD pork me out. She's going to be like, no, have all the pork you want. But it's like, I got to always eat. And so it's like, I got the whole package of bacon. I got to do it myself. And eventually I'm like, you know what? I don't need pork. Kind of like the way I abstained for chicken for years after I got out of my mom's kitchen, because she cooked with a lot of chicken. And I stopped eating chicken for a while. Beef sausage is good too, says Digger. Well, yeah, we could do beef sausage. Like I said, I don't know if there was an adequate beef sausage, but it's just, I'm going to feel weird looking for one, Be like, hey, man, what do you got for sausage? Any of them beef? I got a real finicky choicer here. She was fed pork that may or not have sustained itself on the life of dead hookers at one point in time. And ever since then, no more pork. Once you've tasted dead hooker pig, you just can't do it anymore, is apparently the rule. All right, so... Okay, so our next thing we're going to get into, we have... this is something I'm actually very proud of for my state, because we got like a 45 minutes in the show, so we should probably mosey down the road. We are sitting at $30 for tomorrow's goal, the 10th, but tomorrow is the big, crazy GoFundMe stream. So, every accumulated $25, we roll the wheel and see where it lands, and then we we do crazy stuff. So the tasers are coming back. The shots are coming back. Oh, I don't know if you know this or not, Digger. I got fruity shots this time. So I got the 99 proof fruity pack. The fruity pack. Did I miss the start of the show, says Lexi. Just a touch. Digger's in the chat. She's not on the screen. She heard her voice singing. Exactly, Johnny. Yes. See, exactly. She's done with pork because of dead hooker meat. So, anyways, this next story. This has been something we've reported on a couple of them, but now Minnesota has another town, Elk River, that is voting to fly the old state flag instead of the new Somalia-inspired one. I don't think they do a video story. Let's see what they give us. If they even did it. Oh, that's the Zimbrota Council. So that's the Zimbrota City Council flying their flag. We don't care about that one. Elk River is set to pass a resolution to fly the old Minnesota state flag. Some Elk River residents completed a survey on flying the old flag. Out of 1,053 responses, 786, or 74%, supported the display of the former flag, while 24% showed a preference for the new flag. Yeah, that sounds about right. The resolution will be drafted, consideration, final vote, April 20th. So I hope they actually pass this. Council members argue that the new flag was decided by a group of people who were not elected, and it fails to represent other parts of Minnesota. Right? Namely, the people that actually lived here, as opposed to the ones that started showing up a couple of years ago. Some community members argued at Monday night council meeting that keeping the old flag would bring divisiveness, stating the new flag brings the state together. No, I argue the new flag is more divisive. It does not bring the state together. The old flag was fine. It looks more official. It looks more like a state seal, which it still is. Well, that's the other funny part of this. This is entirely a window dressing treatment. We didn't vote to change the state seal. We didn't vote to see the state seal as racist, insensitive, divisive, or what have you. We just decided the flag was. The flag is just a light blue background flying the state seal. It's not original. It's not creative. It's not interesting. It's Minnesotan. That's it. So, yeah, Wild Saffron's agreeing with, or Digger's agreeing with Wild Saffron. No, it's not what it is. I feel like I don't believe that that's a rule. Like, you believe in a supreme creator, whatever. If they made a planet and they made them that tasty, no, there's no way. There's no way we can't eat them. They're so fucking delicious. The seal was changed as well. Was it? I had always been told that the seal hadn't been changed. Let's look at current Minnesota state seal. Oh, they did change it. They did. No offense, this is gay. The great state. The great seal of the state of Minnesota. We don't need the great seal. Let's just say the state of Minnesota. The fact that this is the seal should, one, this looks kind of like the lottery thing, which makes me uncomfortable. Why do we have French at the top? But this is at least, like, if this were on the flag, if this were the new flag, I think a lot of people would have a lot less problem with it. But they didn't do that. They did the Somalia Part 2 flag. Almost like they wanted us to be fucking kicking back and forth between the majority and the minority screaming as loud as they can, "That's insensitive and you're racist." And us in the majority going Minnesota nice going, "Yeah, that seal looks much more like a bird to me." This is a bird, yes. The old Minnesota state seal, they don't put it in. Seal 2025, new Minnesota original. The original Minnesota state seal was, well, let's just say it had some implications. We had our white man tilling the land, a rifle and a hatchet at hand, and a Native American riding by. Keep on trucking, partner. This here be my land. Look, I can understand people having an issue with it, but I also don't think it's that big. Oh, I was getting pissed about the Great Seal of the Great State. It was in the original. That's not okay. That's not okay. Colonizing that poor guy's farmland, right? And then we celebrated in the seal. I love that. We're not like, let's be honest, we're not going to give all of the land back. So why the fuck should we not put it in our imagery and put like this? It's at this point, you can't give the land back. It's one of those, the people that grew up on the reservations aren't necessarily the people that had the land taken from them. And in that time, families have been living on that land. Who has a right to it now? The people that have been living there for the last 200 years, or the people that have ancestors that lived on it 200 years before that? Who has the right to the land? One way or another, you're taking groups of people and you're giving them and you're shoving them off. How far back do we give land back? All humans everywhere took shit. Right, land didn't just fucking exist. Like, that's the other thing, too. Like, Native American tribes didn't just all coexist and share the land. No, they did not. They fought over areas and territories, places that were better for them. They moved when the weather was favorable to places where it was favorable when it wasn't. Lexi Vaughn had to take the garbage out. Yeah, no, we're all good here. We were singing tunes from the 80s through to 2010. Oh, great. Great. So, yes. So, there we go. There. What do we have on this one? Oh, okay. So that's our second hour stories done. Let's back that up. Now we have this for our third hour. Oh, we only have 4, not 5. We have a story about alligator bananas being stolen. Do any of these have a video? Would love to do a video story. Oh, we got a video story. Okay, so we've got about a half hour left. I am going to pull my camera down for a second, but while we're off, we're going to give you this little video story.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
Oh, but I got to ring a cowbell.
Cowbell, baby.
Let's do cowbell, and then we can do the... Whoa. Oh, we got to be over here. There we go. All right. Cowbell coming in for Was Fill Some Holes for 40-month streak, and then we'll go with this video. Hey-o. And here we go. Wrong screen.
A heartwarming story from the Williamson County Regional Animal Shelter. A cat that was missing for the past 5 years has been reunited with her owner.
That's right. Kit Kat recently arrived at the shelter, was scanned for a microchip. They emailed her owner, who was shocked her cat was found after 5 years. Kit Kat recognized her owner right away and was clearly happy to be reunited.
Turned off the camera, but not the mic, so they heard the freaking cowbell fall over, I'm sure. So, yes, missing for 5 years, brought back home. Let's go ahead and put my camera back on the screen now that people don't have to see me kind of dash across the room. Where's the kitty cam thing? All right, nope. That's display. That's image. What the heck is PNG? Why do I have a PNG for the K-cam? K-cam PNG. What the heck is that? Where's the... Gotta go. Good night. Sandy, you're leaving already? All right, Sandy's heading out. We got a half hour left. Hopefully all of you... Nope, wrong screen again. Jesus Christ, today has been one constantly having to do one thing or another. This story just made my day, says Lexi. Yeah, dude, I was very happy to hear about the cat missing for 5 years, reunited with their family. There's nothing we got a couple of those. I don't know if they're all videos though. I think that was the only video one, and I had to go grab something off to the side, and I couldn't really. I don't like people seeing me awkwardly get up. I don't know if you could tell from the way the fucking cowbell fucking fell and broke. Not broke, but the way the cowbell went ding-a-ling-a-ling. Yeah, it's awkward. I don't move very well. So yes, very happy to hear about that the 5 years later their cat's home. Texas cat had been missing for 5 years, reunited with her family. That's very, very nice. That's always something hopeful. You don't want to like give up on your pet, and that's where people get that sentiment. Like, no. 5 years old Puss in Boots was out there. All right, so we also have a couple others. We have a story about a Ohio zoo that's got a white rhino. Like, we have another one of those. This is another heartwarming one, but it doesn't have a video. We have to do a read for it, so we're gonna instead do this. Where's the? Oh, nope. I don't want to do that. We'll just go over it this way. All right, so this wasn't the guy I thought when I found the story. Oh, hey, look, more ads. Fun. Skip ad. Ugh. We were doing a story a while ago about a dude who had a emotional support alligator, and like I think he lost it or whatever because he got attention for it, like it was missing, whatever. I don't know anything about this guy, but this is not the same guy. When I scrolled down and I saw him, this is not the same guy. A Buffalo area man ends his fight to reclaim. No, that sounds right. Albert, his 12-foot alligator, seized in 2024. An upstate New York man had his alligator seized after sharing a home for more than 3 decades, has given up his court fight to get the reptile he affectionately named Albert. This isn't the same guy. Tony Cavallero sued the State Department of Environmental Conservation after officers met him with a warrant in the driveway of his home in the Buffalo suburb of Hamburg in March of 2024. This seems like this shouldn't be in upstate New York. Hamburg sounds like a German place. The officers sedated the 12-foot monster and put the 750-pound alligator. Oh, 750 pounds? Yeah, dude, that's a big fucking alligator. 750 pounds. So this is all for the alligator behind you. That whole room, that's just for the alligator. You do realize this is a prehistoric murder machine, right, guy? Right? Right. My dad once took, sorry, it's white background, I had to read it. My dad once took my cat to a farm 20 minutes away because my sister was allergic. 3 weeks later, she was back. I got to keep her, and she lived till she was 19. Al's hitting 20, and we found Al. I had a ferret before I had Al, and so what happened is when we got Al, what we did was I had told Ivy's mom that she could have a cat since we didn't have the ferret anymore, because she was like, hey, when can we get a cat? And I'm like, well, I mean, I guess. I just lost my ferret. I'm not really in the mind to get new pets, but if you want. And she got Al. Originally, because she wanted a couple of other cats, I had to pull them all out of plumbing under the house that somebody we knew was living at. And so I was pulling them all out, and Al was outside. And so I said, if we're going to adopt a cat, we're going to adopt this one. And so that's how we got Al. That's how she got Al as a cat. Al's really kind of our cat, not just mine, but he's bonded to me. I'm the security blankie. Although he's been better about that lately. So maybe that's awesome, Lexi Vaughn. None of our pets ever came back from the farm. none of my pets ever went to the farm. I had to put down fish. My collie died when I was, I think, 16 or 17. And then I had my ferret until I was, I had my ferret for a good 3 years. So Mackenzie McFerret, the most McFerrety ferret that ever ferreted. I missed that motherfucker. Anyway, so yeah, that guy's getting his alligator back. They were never going to give me this alligator back, and it was going to cost me a ton more money and another year and a half, a lot at least, of stress, Calavero said in a phone interview. Calavero's license to keep Albert had expired in 2021, according to the department, but even if it had been renewed, Calavero had let other people pet the alligator and even get in the pool with him, providing grounds for the removal under the rules of keeping animals classified as dangerous. So yeah, so because he let other people pet the alligator and climb in the water with him, that's a special type of crazy. You're gonna let him get in the water with the alligator? Similar story, Lexi, about same amount of distance away. Fucker was back overnight and pregnant. They understood their assignment. Kitty thrived on spite and fury. My mom had a habit of giving us pets, then taking them away. None of them had died. She just took them. You're goddamn right it is, Johnny. Great show today. Well, thank you for being here. Gators are so cute and usually well-behaved. No, I don't think so. They're goddamn murder machines. They're dinosaurs. Dude, asteroids caused environmental shifts that wiped out the dinosaur population. These motherfuckers survived. Is that not a clue on how them and great white sharks, just don't fuck with them. They made it through this whole thing. Somehow they found a way. If that's not a clue just to give them their space, I don't know what is. Giant stones from space can't stop these sons of bitches. Who the hell climbs in a fucking pool with one willingly? Like, no, it's a 750-pound gator. No, just jump in and swim with him. He's only like, 3 of you stacked on top of each other in weight. Oh, man, we had bunnies until our kids thought they were Easter bunnies and fed them chocolate. That sounds horrible. I'm sorry? Bunnies are destructive. Bunnies are destructive. The guy said, see you later, alligator. Oh, Bret Hart. See you later, alligator. I'd name my gators Bubbles and Fluffy. I wouldn't have gators. You can't trust them sons of bitches. If I have gators, they're in the moat. And I apparently have the money and the fucking expense to have a moat around my house. Like, that would be it. Like, I would put up walls and a giant moat with gators in it. We'll keep the water heated for the gators in the winter. Bunnies and chocolate take about 3 hours to... Yeah, I don't know that we needed that information. Yeah, good to know. Yeah, how about not? How about not? Like, I'm sorry that happened, but I don't want to think about that. Like, there's no level of me picturing that makes it less of a thing. Or any less destructive. I can't save any rabbits' lives. I will say, as speaking of destructive, rabbits are fucking destructive. Bunnies are destructive. They are very, very destructive. So I've had bunnies temporarily. Like, they just chew on everything. You can't have bunnies indoors unless you're willing to lose a lot of shit. All right, let's fill some holes. We subscribe. We got your subscription. Thank you for that subscription. We have another story, another food theft. We'll get to that. I heard you have to cut their teeth. How do you cut their teeth? They whittle them down. I don't know how you cut them. It's interesting. Either way, we fostered for the Humane Society. We had bunnies for a little while down here. And they chewed on anything they get their little teeth on. They destroyed some shit. unmute this. But speaking of, and now for something completely different. So we were talking about various things. One of those was food. Well, congratulations. Kit Kats. What are all the things that have disappeared now or food been stolen? We were talking about this before. It was like Kit Kats, beer, and something else. I don't know. Well, now add bananas to the list. I guess what was somebody saying it was for the Super Bowl? Or no, the Super Bowl was already happened. What was it was for some sort of Easter party or something? I don't remember what they said the food theft was for. The World Cup. I think it was the World Cup. Either way, I guess they're adding bananas to the list now. King Kong Dog, my grandpa's pygmy goat sneaks into the garage and eats nails. We have locked the nails in the truck, and it started headbutting the truck. They're destructive. Goats are Satan's lapdog. Prove me wrong.
New on Action News, authorities in Montgomery County are investigating an unusual theft at a Wawa.
Hatboro police say...
Oh my God, I didn't know this was a Wawa theft. They stole bananas from the Wawa?
100 bananas, so you could say they took a bunch. It happened at the Wawa at York and Horsham Roads on Saturday.
After releasing their pictures, police say the banana bandits have since been identified.
I'm going to say this was not what I expected to see when I find out two dudes stole 100 bananas from a Wawa. First of all, how poor are you that you can't afford the bananas? I'm pretty poor. Bananas are not expensive. They're not very, very expensive. Maybe you can't get them like all the time every day, but starving kids in Africa could use those. Oh, wait. I don't know if that's the thing. Wild Saffron is telling Digger we must name the baby eaglets in honor of you and Johnny. I choose Peggy and Scooter. That's very, very funny. I like that. I thought the baby eagles got named already. I thought they got named. Los Federales. You don't understand, Johnny. These are Cavendish bananas. What are Cavendish bananas? They just say, I didn't hear Cavendish bananas. What's the difference? Oh, God, that's literally it. They identified the suspects. We don't have any more. Okay. Authorities in Montgomery County are investigating an unusual theft at a Wawa. Hatboro police say two people stole approximately 96 bananas from the convenience store at York and Horsham Roads on Saturday. The pair fled the scene in a black Hyundai Sonata Cruise. After releasing their pictures, police say the banana bandits have since been identified. So far, no arrests have been made. The incident remains under an investigation. My biggest part of this is, what are you going to do with 96 bananas? Like, no, you're not eating 96 bananas before they go bad. Are you making bread? Are you making pudding? What are we doing with 96 bananas? And that's a very specific number, too. 96 bananas. 4 more and you've got an even 100. You just didn't, you didn't have the appetite for 4 more bananas? I could steal 96, but I mean, be greedy. 100. They got the bananas and peeled out, says St. Aaron. Criminal mastermind smuggled them up his prison wallet. Smart. How did he fit 96 bananas up there? That's a lot. God, I can't wait. I can't wait till I get to shave. This is so effing annoying. Letting this go for the shave segment of tomorrow's show, if we have to shave anything, this is so goddamn annoying. So I hope you guys enjoy tomorrow's show. Corporates have been identified by their street names, King Kong and Diddy Kong. Oh, I think he means the culprits, not the corporates. The culprits have been identified by their street names, King Kong and Diddy Kong. Hell yeah, Johnny, loud and clear. Okay. Oh, okay. That's why he couldn't do it 100. Oh, that's not okay. He couldn't fit the 100. Brett McCart, bend over and I'll show you. Nah, I don't. Trucker, he wasn't even happy about. What are you talking about? What pun? Call me Scooter? Why wouldn't I? Digger's all for it. I'm not against it. I don't know why he wasn't even happy about that pun. What pun? Now I'm worried I missed a pun. I always figured it as a catch because my guy always got all the bacon. That's not a net. That's not a net loss. I mean, now I'm just completely confused. Manky Kong is a suspect. Who the heck is Manky Kong? I've been way out of the video game series. There's a Manky Kong now? What the hell is that? What the fuck is a Manky Kong? All right, we've got, 3 stories left for the... Oh, no, we already did the Minnesota Town one. All right, so the Minnesota Town one's out. So we have 2 stories left, and then let's see if we can find... let's grab a little... We got a second here. We'll pop over to YouTube. What was the Eagle watch? Where is that? Where is the Eagle cam? I know I favorited it. Where's the Eagle cam? I want to have... Well, screw it. You know what? We were talking about bunnies. I don't want to show someone else's thing. I wanted to show the Eagle cam. That's the beaver cam. I don't... Live beaver cam. I don't... why is that at my list? Oh, no. We were talking about the eaglets so much, I thought I could just scroll down and grab it, and it would be a quick and easy grab. It does not look like that's a thing. Right. Okay. Banana in the tailpipe, also a cure. No, it isn't. Banana in the tailpipe is not a cure. Was it black? What was the name of the eagle place? Shit. Fuck, I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the place with the eagles. God damn it. I was going to pull them up for something different to do. We have, like I said, 2 stories, but they're both reads. It's kind of boring. We have the hiker's dog lost in New Zealand. So we can... Oh, this is a story. If it's got a video, we can do that. So then we'll save you for when we come back, and we can do that because I like ending on videos as opposed to anything else. An Ohio zoo has announced the second white rhino calf born within weeks. So I have to wonder, like, do Republicans, do y'all come out to celebrate the white rhino? Just weeks after welcoming our first rhino calf of 2026, we're excited to announce we welcomed a second southern white rhino. A southern white rhino. You got in Ohio. So wait a minute. So that guy couldn't keep his alligators, but you guys in Ohio are like, yeah, let's keep rhinos. You know what's never been a thing here? Rhinos. Let's bring them in. How are they with the native climate? The female calf was born Callie, a 12-year-old southern white rhino. I love southern white rhino. It sounds like a beverage. Like, hey, what'd you like? I'd like a southern white rhino. We have black Russians. Can we get white rhinos? I know there's white Russians. Now she's linking the cam. There we go. This is the live cam. There we go. Big Bear Valley. Damn it, that's why. As I was looking up black bear, it's Big Bear. Big Bear, he's iron tough. So wait. I don't see the chicks. They under the mama bird? Are they just hanging out under her? I heard they hatched already. Let's mute this. I heard they hatched already. I was under the impression they had hatched already. Well, we'll check in on them in a bit. Let's go back to our Instagram story. So yeah, we'll check in on him in a bit. Political affiliation. What political affiliation? No, Ganny, I think Eagle's place is called Hotel California. No. That's not the one we were looking for at all. So there we go. All right, so they had a white rhino in Ohio. There we go. That's there. There we are now. A second Southern white rhino. All right. Oh, dude, it's 4:20, which means we got to do this thing. Oh, dear Lord, the thing that I'm not ready to do. Shitballs. Is this still good? Can we do that with this? Maybe. Just about. Probably. Best bet. We won't be ready to grind up stuff, but we don't have anything over here. Don't have that stuff around. All right, so we're going to do this little 420 burn, and then we'll get into our last video story thing that we have for you. We are doing the GoFundMe show tomorrow, so obviously we're holding for that. I'm backed up to where they're being fed. Adorable. Nice. No Rusty Grammar, I haven't seen that. There we go, our 420 burn. You're fucking right, Journey. I heard that too. Cool. I'm glad you did. All right, so there we go. Clear that out. Boom and boom. That story's done. All right, so our GoFundMe show is tomorrow. We'll be doing that with me and Digger, and it's all the crazy stuff happening then. I'm mentioning it one last time. And then I think we've got it covered. All right, so let's finish this ad. I thought this ad was shorter. All right, so yes, we're doing that tomorrow. It'll be fun. It'll be great. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It'll be fun. It'll be great. It'll be a hang. Hopefully Digger's voice is recovered by that point in time. I sincerely hope so. We can see if we can find more Artemis footage tomorrow. All right, so this is our last, feel-good animal story kind of deal. A dog in New Zealand, someone lost their dog in New Zealand, and they had to use a helicopter team to rescue the motherfucker. So I don't know if it's just, is life that much crazier in New Zealand and South, Australia, south of the equator and stuff? Because seriously, this dog looks like he went wandering to Mordor. Motherfucker, Jesus. They had to get a helicopter team to rescue your dog? Notice Peggy already jumping on scooter. Oh, you guys are talking about 2020 Pacific Coasters. I'll be okay. No singing tonight, I promise. Well, you never know when the mood might hit. You might need to sashay your hips. All right, so let's see this dog get rescued. This is the Arahura River in New Zealand. Now I know why someone said the name of the river and the dog thought I was talking to him. There's something there that attracts dogs. That's why it's the River in New Zealand.
Molly had been lost for about a week in the bush.
Wait a minute. Your dog was missing for a week and you finally found it here. Where was it going? What are you doing to your dog that it's running this far away?
High altitude and terrible weather.
High altitude? Your dog went mountain climbing? So your dog absconds from what? Your residence? And then it decided, fuck it, I'm going up the mountain.
Her owner had fallen over the waterfall, and
that's where Lord of the Rings was filmed. I know.
Injured and taken to hospital. At the time, she lay at the bottom of the waterfall for probably about an hour with no sign of the dog, so she didn't know where the dog had got to. And we just heard that she'd lost her dog, and so I contacted her in hospital and said I'd go for a look for it.
Oh, so a lady went hiking, and she fell to the bottom of the waterfall and lost her dog. Her dog just stayed by the waterfall. Dog didn't know where to go.
We struck the jackpot within about an hour, so we were out there searching, and as we made our way up the river, we could see the dog in the thermal, and then we could visually see it, and so we just dropped one of our passengers off to lighten it up, and it was a pretty tight little spot.
Well, there's the puppers, and she's going to go home. And she's okay. I guess she just broke her arm.
I sent a message out through the satellite network.
Oh, you just broke an arm and scuffed a leg. Your dog's going to break your arm all over again. Oh, but how happy are you, honestly? How happy are you? You got your puppers back. Good for you. I'm glad she's okay and the dog made it. That's nice. I'm mostly glad the dog made it. Like, I'll be honest, if we had to lose one of the two, we could do without her. But then who's going to tell anyone to look for the dog? You know what I mean? Like, the dog isn't going to send up a flare or an SOS. Shake it out in SOS. Yeah, so
and she said, I can't believe it. And, it was text messaging. And she was on her way down.
Oh, that's great. I am glad she got there. Peggy's kind of pushy. First dibs, and Scooter just waits his turn. Oh, you focused specifically. Tell me where the timestamp is in that video, and we can focus on that. Here, I can jump around in that. Okay. Sorry. All right. I think we're about here, and flip over. Let's go to this. Does this have audio? All right, there we go. There we go. Now we're smelling what we're selling. Some mama birds getting out of the way. Let's close the chat out. Full screen. So these are the baby birds. 1354, she said. Well, what am I at? So it's at this point. 13. Oh, hold on. There we go. The little chirps are annoying, but hey, that's cool. How do you tell which one's Peggy and which one's Scooter? I'm confused. Which way? Which way? This one's just bitching. Is this Scooter? Is this Scooter? Is the noisy one who's not getting anything done Scooter, and Peggy's up front? 1354. Yeah, I Just take the food, you fucking dumb fuck. They're holding the food for you. There you go. There you go. Really had to sit up for it. Looks like mom sits on them when Peggy gets pushy. Dude, one of these looks pretty beat up. Like, that one looks good, but this one's looking just like they don't have all their down. I'll get knocked down. Anyways. But yeah, so there you go. If it weren't for this dumb broad, the dog would have never been in peril. That's true too, Brett Mac. But again, if we lost the lady over the falls, what would have happened to the dog? Dear Lord. They're loud and pushy. So is eating the nest part of the deal? Is that where they get their fiber from? You guys could really do a lot with opposable thumbs, man. You guys gotta get on that. You gotta find opposable thumbs. Fucking people have opposable thumbs. Look at all the crazy shit we can do. So there you go. All right. We've been going for a while. We did start a little late because of the whole I had to do a bunch of errands today, but I got my car tabs and all that fun shit. So we got all that shit fucking done, set, and figured out. Dunskies. Yeah, I think we're pretty awesome here. So we're gonna mosey on out of here for today. We are doing the GoFundMe show tomorrow. I do have the taser pads. We do have the Marmite, the Vegemite, all of that fun stuff. We'll be able to check in with Peggy and Scooter, as you guys have now named them. Yeah, I couldn't figure out why she kept sitting on them. Now I see. Yeah, it's Wild Saffron saying, notice when Peggy gets out of pocket, mom just sits on them until they calm down. So when Yeah, I have no decent way to take that. Anyways, thank you for all the fun that we had for the last 3.5 hours. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the support we've had. Tomorrow's goal is, like I said, $30, and then we're going to do the whole funding show. So I'm going to torture myself tomorrow for your amusement. I hope we all have a great time with that. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been great. The weather outside is nice. Not sunny, but it's warmer. I'm hoping it stays that way. So maybe get out and enjoy some of that. Until then, we'll catch you tomorrow.
Hey world, what should we do? All the jokes have become the news. Take the black pill they're prescribing you. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. There is nothing to say, nothing you can do. The government and media just lie to you. Sit back and laugh, it's over. Go. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. The host is a cripple, he can't stand gravity or the man. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. The show is the chat Johnny doesn't understand.